Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to Joliet, Illinois, the site of today's Full Throttle Sim Race and Victory Fuel Cup Series race here, the Chicagoland 250 here on Full Throttle Television. My name's Brody Hanna. In the booth tonight with me is Tony Solari. And Tony, we are at an old wore-out track that will throw you around, will beat you up, will chew you up and spit you out here at Chicagoland, especially turns 3 and 4. We'll talk about it later, but this is going to be an exciting race and a challenging race for many.
Wait, are you talking about the track or the city? Because I'm from around here, and yeah, this is kind of a throwback for these guys tonight. I know, and a lot of guys didn't have setups and whatnot, and it's going to be a little hair raising for some of them. But I think they'd still much rather be here than riding around on some streets.
For sure. We got an exciting oval race here tonight. Chicagoland, 250 miles, 167 laps for these guys around this old worn out track that we hope to see once again. And man, it is wore out because turns 1 and 2 is tough in its own right. It's pretty smooth, but it's kind of tough because the second turn kind of falls out from underneath you down the backstretch. Well, it's not even straight. It's a corner in itself going down the backstretch, and then in 3 and 4, the bumps will knock you around and cause all kind of trouble, especially in this car. We've seen a lot of guys bottoming out, having issues in 3 and 4. So this whole track is just treacherous, but it's a challenge. And if it's a challenge you like, it's one you got tonight.
Well, yeah, and that's why I kind of hope they do bring this thing back and kind of resurrect it. We were talking earlier about a video of one of the drivers that was out there a couple weeks ago, and it's so unique for a mile and a half. I mean, you got that roundness back straight, which isn't obviously straight, and it just there's good banking, a lot of speed. The track's worn out too. I could dare to dream, right?
Yeah, it's you look at the shape, it's a D-shaped oval. Like I said, the backstretch not even being straight. That's one of the unique characteristics of this track. But yeah, the front stretch is just a sweeping left-hander as you go through there. A lot of guys could be on the apron using that part of the track as well. And 1 and 2, like I said, and honestly, even more so than that, like I said, the track being wore out, the guys are going to be up the track using all of the track, all the way up to the wall. From the bottom to the top in 1 and 2, especially turns 3 and 4. And I tell you, the bumps in 3 and 4 seem to be worse at the wall and at the very bottom of the track. So you may even see more guys running in the middle of the track there.
Yeah, and I mean, we've obviously not have ran the street course since the NASCAR implemented. So we kind of come back to this, and it is. There's so many characters, so many bumps, and again, I kind of like the fact that these guys were kind of on their own for setups as well. And they're going to have to, we'll see who brung or run what they brung, which is kind of adds a little bit of an aspect to it. So I can almost see some guy that just put a little bit more time involved and getting around here faster than everybody else, and maybe even a breakout win for some of these guys.
You do have some of the usual characters up front: Bob Fitzpatrick, Nick Alford, Jamie Knopf. All those guys look pretty quick in practice here. Got some surprises up there in practice as well. We'll see how it plays out as they go into qualifying, but we're going to look over at our points as they stand right now coming in for the B season. Right now, Jimmy Knopf with a tremendous lead as he comes into Chicagoland over Nick Alford, a 41-point lead over Nick. You got Kevin Ruff, Ray Lane, and Richie Coy as your top 5, but Richie's not even here this week either, so it's a great chance for some of those other guys below him to kind of maybe pounce and grab some points tonight.
Well, yeah, Richie's out rubbing the Blarney Stone or something, and but Jamie, Jamie didn't have a great week last week, and he still has a great lead. So there's a battle for second right now, and the rest of the field is very close. But I'm looking at those guys, those first-time winners that we talk about week in, week out. Jeff Chandler, William Owens, Daniel Simmons. Some of these guys that have yet to win that could just knock on that victory tonight.
As we look at the playoff standings, though, Nick Alford with his wins, it sits atop of the playoff board. All these guys in black, the top 9 have wins, and 10th place being the first guy without a win, that's Daniel Simmons. Any of these guys, though, Tony could take on a win. Daniel Simmons, Jeff Chandler, any of those guys without a win could really strike at any point and grab those wins for these 16 playoff spots. You see William Lark right below the cutoff line. Lane Allen as well. And Lane, we're coming up to another red course after this week. We go to Sonoma next week, and he could pounce as well. Some of his other guys could surprise on a road course as well.
Well, yeah, road course coming up next week. Yeah, that's going to be kind of fun. I know we're not broadcasting, and I might even run in it as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, there's so many guys right now that can win this, and especially tonight, especially with whoever put a little bit of setup involved. They can punch their ticket tonight.
Yep, you got the schedule for next week. Like I said, Sonoma, then Dover, then we go to Indy. That should be an interesting one as well. Iowa, Watkins Glen, Richmond, and Daytona coming up on the schedule. So that should be a lot of fun, a lot of variation there as well. And don't forget about the head-to-head bracket as well. We'll pull that up. You got Nick Alford facing up against Kermit Henney, which is self-proclaimed Ty Dillon in this bracket. Apparently, he said he feels like he's the one taking on the big shots. You got Kevin Ruff and Richie Coy. Well, that's going to be an easy one with Richie not being around. So Kevin's going to get a bye week. You got I'm trying to read it here. It's hard to see. Brian Dixon, EJ Luna facing off, and then Ray Lane and Robert Malikian facing off for those final four spots for next week at Sonoma.
Hey, I think anything can happen. I mean, Kermit beat Jamie last week, so
Yep.
I mean, some guy could have a bad night. I mean, Cavan's obviously going to carry on, but the other three are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, look forward to it as well as I finish up qualifying here. Just a few, about half a minute away. So I know you're going to be joining us for starting lineup, but I want to get your take, maybe a pick for tonight. Who are you looking at for tonight, Tony?
Oh, this is a tough one, because you even asked me last night, and I didn't have an answer for you. But I'm going to go with Lane Allen again. And I know I went with him last week, but I know he likes this track. I think he's been putting a little bit of time in. He was actually great on the street course. We were watching him last night, and I'm going to go with Lane again.
That'd be a good pick. He's put in a lot of practice this week. You got William Lark on the pole, Alexander Hodge, but I feel like this is the track that Bob Fitzpatrick gets back on track. He's had a couple of rough weeks, not really getting the finishes he deserved. Had a decent run at Atlanta, didn't end well, but I feel like this is one of those tracks where it's a war out. You're going to have some experience, and guys are going to show up that have experience. So I'm going to go with Bob Fitzpatrick. But it looks like qualifying is over. We are going to get ready for our starting lineup tonight here at Chicagoland Speedway. On pole tonight for the Chicagoland 250 will be the 24. That is William Lark. On the outside of the front row will be the 53. That is Alexander Hodge in the Ford. Starting P3 in the number 3, the Ford of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. Starting P4, the 48, Jamie Knopf, your points leader. Or, sorry, your points contender. Nice, your points leader. Starting 5th is the 89. That is Michael Call. Starting P6 beside him, the 66. That is going to be Kevin Ruff. Starting P7 in the number 92, that's going to be Cameron King. Starting 8th beside him is the 03. That is Brian Dixon, the first Toyota in the field. Starting P9, the 06. That is Daniel Simmons looking for his first win this season. And 10th and final spot, that's going to be the 98, the Toyota of Nick Alford. 11th is going to be the 81 of EJ Luna. 12th, the 33 of Ben Tracy. Starting P13, that is Brian Messer in the number 51. The 14th spot goes to the 91, that's Kermit Henney. Starting 15th, the 46, Simon Maggan. Starting 16th, the 71, that's William Owens. 17th spot's going to go to the 42. That is Kyle Milliken. 18th is the 50 of Martin Garreau. 19th is the 16. That's Robert Malikian. And starting P20 is Ray Gill in the number 21. Starting 21st, that is the 84. That's going to be AJ Zapata. Starting 22nd, the 09, JC Evans. 23rd is going to be Travis Gilbert. 24th, Ray Lane. 25th, Lane Allen. 26th will be Alan Duranco. 27th, James Torrey. 28th, Wayne Grassi. 29th, Michael Blackner. 30th, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. 31st, Mason Hoffner. 32nd, dropping to the rear is a couple of guys, Jamie Knopf and Kyle Milliken. As the field starts to roll around here, we're getting ready to go here at Chicagoland Speedway. Again, the 24 on pole. That is William Lark, Alexander Hodge on the front row with him. Fitzpatrick, Colin Ruff, your top 5. It's going to be a tough couple of laps as they get the tires warm here at Chicagoland Speedway. Kind of a warm day out there, but those tires have got to get up to a certain temperature to have the grip they need to get through these turns quickly and easily.
Yeah, and they're going to have to handle these cars tonight. You know, some of these guys, they haven't raced here in a couple of years, some of them. So a little bit different, little different car handling. We know with the update, so we'll see how they do tonight.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy track, especially starting off 2x2. All 32 cars out there on track. It's going to be a rough one as the pace car is going to pull off of the track. They come down to the restart zone, get ready for the green. Lark leads them down, Hodge second. Green flag is out, and we are racing here at Chicagoland.
All right, both lines there were a little bit of a checkup towards the back end of the field, but they might lose a little bit of a draft here. But anything can happen still. I know we got our stage lap coming at 70,
Ooh.
so...
The leader up the track, 3 wide for the lead as Hodge looks on the inside. You got Bob Fitzpatrick on the outside as they head into 3.
Yeah, they scattered pretty quickly there.
Will they make it through 3 and 4 the first time by? So far, so good, but Hodge has a little bit of an issue, kind of checks up a little bit.
They do kind of single file, and we're kind of single filed out the first 10 or so cars. And then they're still too wide, though, behind.
Side by side for third. Kevin Ruff on the outside. William Lark on the inside. William starting to fall back just a little bit.
Now, I don't know what the tire wear is. I would imagine, too, because the track being a little bit worn out, that these guys are going to have to obviously save, like I always say every week.
Bob Fitzpatrick.
Especially with a long lap.
With
a long stage.
With a comfortable lead over Alexander Hodge right now. They are kind of single filed. That's what we're looking at them going into the corner. The first battle back here, Kermit Henney side by side with Nick Alford. Oh, they get a little shaky right there. It's the 16 of Robert Malikian there as well.
Yeah, they went 3 wide for a second there, and they were able to kind of get it sorted out. I think everybody's just kind of feeling out this track right now, too, especially with the amount of cars. I mean, we got a good 33-car field, so, I mean, there's a lot of draft. A lot of guys, haven't raced with this many cars on track right now. Especially, too, they don't, usually they'll have a lobby style where a lot of these guys can go ahead and practice and see what, race conditions are going to be like. But that did not happen for a lot of these guys this week. So
well, that's true, too.
It's kind of the beauty of it.
We've had quite the change for the aero and the tire on this car as well. And so that's a factor as well these guys are trying to kind of figure out.
Which, honestly, I mean, I kind of like it. I'm sure some of the drivers aren't probably liking it, but as far as a spectator and knowing that what these guys got, to me, it's a little bit more realistic because we know NASCAR does not allow teams to really practice much at all anymore.
That's true. I didn't even think about it from that point, but I guess it is realistic in that sense.
It is realistic, yeah, in a way, yeah. I mean, it may be in a sadistic way, but hey,
Well, everybody doing a good job so far back here. We're looking at this gaggle for about 18th on back. You got A.J. Zepeda and J.C. Evans side by side back here. Alex Murphy and Jeff Chandler behind them. And the 12 right on the back of the 31 as he entered the corner there. Now Jeff Chandler looking to the inside of the 09 as he wiggles off the corner.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of scattering right now, but a lot of respect. J.C. Evans is still going backwards. It's split 3 wide again. It's all right, though. They got to handle their cars. And again, some of these guys might be just laying back, saving a bit.
Just looking through the field, trying to see where the battles are. Right now we got a battle. Cameron King looking under the 24 of Lark, trying to get that position. Can't make it happen. That's for 4th.
They look like Ben Tracy, who's back now. They let him out of the squad car, and he got himself back into a race car, and he's trying to move there on Brian Messer a little while ago, but now he's getting passed by William Owens. They're side by side.
The Dunkin' Donuts machine is back on track.
That's right. Him and Owens are still kind of going at it right now. William tried to dunk underneath the Dunkin' Donuts car, and it could not make the bottom stick.
You had to, didn't you? You had to.
I've been waiting to use it since Ben's came back.
William Owens there trying to fend off Travis Gilbert in the 86. Travis going to go to the apron to try to make that pass under the 71 of Owens as they enter turn one.
Now, I've been to a few of these races in real life, and I'll tell you that it is kind of a strung-out track like this. But, once these guys, I think after a few of them get a little bit more laps under their belts here, even after the stage, I think we're going to see a little bit more fireworks happening as guys are going to know what the car can and can't do. And these guys should actually have to pit through this first stage. I don't think any of these may be able to make it.
That's correct.
Maybe with the help of one or two cautions, but still. So, I mean, there might be a little bit of the save game going on for these guys.
I heard 60, 62 maybe max from the guys.
Yeah.
So with the 70-lap stage, I don't think they can stretch that, which is kind of the plan.
That's right, yeah. Back up front, though, Robert Fitzpatrick, your call for tonight. He's got a good 7/10 or 6/10 lead over Alexander Hahn right now. And Alexander's looking really good. It's probably his strongest opening performance as of yet within that.
Oh, Ben Tracy sideways through 1 and 2. He hangs on to it, though. Car split him left and right. He hangs on to it somehow and keeps it going clean and green so far. But he loses tons of positions.
Wow. Man, he didn't even get to the grass.
Nope.
Nice save.
Nope, he slides it sideways, and it's funny because cars are going left and right there, and I'm sure he's praying at that point.
I wonder if he dropped his coffee thermos or something.
Trying to turn those lights on him.
Yeah.
Reached over for the switch and lost it.
It's like officer needs backup.
Code. What code would that be?
I couldn't tell you. Looking at chat, we got Doyle out there, Brandon P. and Dustin Franklin. What's up there, gentlemen? Hope everybody's enjoying their evening tonight at the old Roundy Round in Chicago.
Well, there's battles all over the place, and you could tell these guys are hanging on for dear life. Some of them are anyway.
Well, we did notice this when we ran Atlanta. We went and ran an old school Atlanta a couple years back, and iRacing doesn't really give these tracks much love anymore. So, with the new aero packet, it definitely would have.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's good for Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. right now because he's moving along, and some of these guys up in the top five that are holding their stuff right now. It is.
Jeff Chandler looks underneath Simon Mag in there. He gets a little tight. Robert Malikian on the outside of him. They were 3 wide coming off too, just a little bit there. Some of these guys, you got some comers and goers right now.
Yeah, well, Jeff started 24th and he's up to 17th right now. He's got Kermit Henney in his way, or not in his way, but in his sights. So he's slowly been moving up through the field here. Kind of looking through to see if we got any other comers to go. Travis Gilbert, he was up from 25th up to 13th right now. So yeah, doing pretty well himself.
Got a battle shaping up for 4th. Cameron King has it right now. Michael Call wants it. Looking to the outside of that 89. Trying to make a pass. Oh, and
Yeah, Robert kind of keeps, he's got about another 10th over Alexander right now. So, yeah, he's up to 7/10. I mean, Robert's got his car hooked up. But really, the top 5 do. So, they're all kind of under this little blanket right now. Man, we got a yellow.
Ooh, caution is out. A.J. Zepeda involved. He's up against the fence. Ooh, with somebody else. Lane Allen.
Uh-oh.
Your pick.
Should not have picked him.
The caution is out. Caution number 1 tonight. Let's go back and see what happened here. Our Best One Tired Auto Care instant replay. Coming through turns 1 and 2, side by side. Looks like something happened in front.
Yeah, I think Travis Gilbert, something happened with him. He got loose.
Oh, he's loose. Hangs onto it. Oh, gets swiped by the 31 as he comes by. And up into the track, collects the 14, the 81, and I believe the 46 of Simon Madigan there as well.
Yeah, Simon got not a big chunk of it. A little bit though. Yeah, fortunate for Lane. Yeah, like you say, he skinned Jeff Chandler. I'll have to go look and see what Jeff's car looks like. But I assume everybody's coming in for some fuel.
And there was a couple cars involved in that one, so it's going to mix things up as they come down pit road. Yeah, they're going to make it within the fuel window here. But the question is, do you take tires?
I see a lot of guys taking tires, yeah. I mean, even though it's lap 17, though, I mean, it's still going to give you a 53-lap run.
Listen, this is going to be one of those tracks that's going to eat up some tires for sure as they come off pit road here. So Bob Fitzpatrick's going to hang on to the lead. But this is one of those tracks that's going to eat tires. So you got to think of those tire sets. You only have, 4 sets in the pits?
I got to look, but yeah, I believe that's true.
So Bob Fitzpatrick comes out the leader. Kevin Ruff second. Alex Murphy third. Michael Call fourth. Cameron King, your top 5.
Well, actually, they have 6 sets. So that means they have five
in the pits, which they're probably going to use all of them tonight.
I'd imagine so. But at least, too, you got a 17-lap run there. Some of these guys are going to kind of maybe make some adjustments as well.
Murphy back down pit road, the 35. He was in the top 5, and I wonder if he misses pit or...
Let me go back and see what happened.
He just topped off some fuel, it looks like. Interesting, because I thought they were well and truly good at this point, but maybe he just wants to go rear.
He did not take tires his first round.
Well, I don't think he took tires his second round here. So this is a play to maybe save a set of tires like I was talking about. He comes down, tops off on fuel, but he doesn't take tires again, so he's just saving that set of tires. Going to go to the rear, hang out, wait for the stage.
Grab a little bit of gas. Huh. Interesting.
And credit to him, too, for maybe not starting in the top 5 with old tires like that, because this track is tough enough.
I'm surprised he would have went in for that other top off, though.
Well, he's probably just going the rear, so might as well come in and top off if you're going to go back to the back and get out of harm's way.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can buy into that theory.
All right, so we're getting ready for a restart. Bob Fitzpatrick on the front row with Kevin Ruff in the 99 now. Michael Call, Cameron King, Alexander Hodge, your top 5. Oh, his Kevin disappears there. Oh, he's back. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again here at Chicago.
It's a good jump. I'll tell you, man, that restart zone, that's one thing that they're used to around, no matter what track they go. That restart zone always gets that second-place driver sleeping.
Battle for second. Michael Call to the inside of the 99 of Ruff.
Oh, we got another yellow.
Caution is out.
I'm assuming it's for a checkup, but let me go back and look.
71 of William Owens having issues. Let's see what happens. See your best one tire and all the carry instant replay here as we watch the 71 of Owens. Coming out of turn 2. Oh, no, the 24 gets sideways beside him. It wasn't even the 71, the 24. Oh, and then we had some issues behind them.
Ouch.
So Ben Tracy. Oh, in the back of somebody there. Shot him over the 33. Because there was a checkup in front of him here. The 71 kind of... The 24 gets loose down into the 71. 71 spinning sideways. And, yeah.
I don't know if the 50 saw the wreck, because he made like an evasive maneuver that turned him up the track, unless he got loose himself. I don't know.
24 gets loose. Down to the side of the 71 who had nowhere to go. I'll tell you that 71 has been a magnet for these kind of issues.
Yeah, definitely has not found himself in the right spots this season. We'll see. He's in the pits now. I don't know. Did he actually get towed back? Or no, he drove back in. So he might still be in this.
It wasn't hard contact for him. He had contact with the 24, slid sideways, and I think there was some other stuff happening in front of him or behind him or beside him even.
Yeah.
As they kind of came through there.
Now my question is, what did Alex Murphy do? Did he go in and get more gas? Or? I'm curious. I have to go back to look to see if maybe, sometimes too, grabbing this extra set of tires, maybe having a little bit newer tires than some of the other guys. Just checking, because I don't think anybody else did what he did on those first round of pit stops.
I don't think so, but like I said, I would save these set of tires. You might even make it to the end of the stage and have an extra set of tires. That's a long way to go, but
I could see, though, too, in another 10, 15 laps, if you're one of the only guys that go in for tires.
Yeah, for sure. Another caution, for sure, yeah.
Right. So I would just check and see maybe if he would have done anything this time. I mean, granted, they only went a lap, but still.
They didn't go a lap. They went half a lap, maybe.
But they are double file again.
And we can get back green flag racing. Michael Call going to line up on the front row now as Ruff lost a few positions there, or at least one position. We'll start behind Bob Fitzpatrick, and then Hodge and King, your 5, as Daniel Simmons, DJ Luna, Nick Alford, Brian Dixon, and Jeff Chandler, your top 10 right now.
Yeah, Jeff's up from, 20-something spots. I know I see the yellow car of Wayne Grossi back there. He unfortunately started at the end of the field tonight, and also doing really good. Jamie Knapp as well.
Yep. All right, pace car is going to pull off. We're going to get a restart here at Chicagoland Speedway as they come down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again. And the outside line did not get going there.
No, that second line, for whatever reason, does not go. And yeah, you know, Robert gets a great jump though again, and it's just that battle's on for second, third, and right now.
Hodge sideways. He tries to hang on to it into the side of another car, and we are going to see another caution, I believe. There it is.
Man, these green tires, cold tires, they're going to have to kind of manage this a little bit. Man.
Brian Messer, Alexander Hodge involved after the fact. Let's look at our best one tired auto care instant replay. See what happened here. I'm going to back it up a little bit. Hodge gets into the corner and it just breaks loose on him to 53. Sliding forever. Slides down into the 31 again. He's been the 31's been the paddle to the pinball tonight.
I think it's from the other side, though, this time around, so he might have balance damage now.
Well, no, the last car came down into him and shot up the track. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it was passenger side, yeah. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of cars that did miss that.
Credit to those guys for sure.
Couldn't get away from it, though.
Kyle Milliken involved there, though.
That's tough. I mean, and when that happens, too, in the middle of the racing line, it's... I mean, good kudos to a lot of those guys. Yeah, it almost looks like, too, just the cars don't want to slow down straight.
No, I was just looking at that. The 42 Milliken, he had slowed down. He had missed direct just trying to slow down. And the car just took a hard right into the wall.
Yep.
Ends his night. That's so frustrating.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem... I mean, unless, you put that tiny bit of wheel in it with a little bit of brake and it kicks it.
So to James Torrey here, he locks up and gets into Kyle after the fact too. I just a tough man. Yeah. I have no words, and I'm not even the one driving the car.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not a warm, fuzzy feeling when you're in the car and the car wants to do that.
This guy's gonna come by and get the one to go to green.
I didn't think we see many takers either.
Yeah, trying to get this thing restarted as Hodge is in the pits. Garreau comes back out. And a lot of these guys, man, yeah, Lane Allen, is he done for the night? Looks like he might be. No, he's on track. How many laps? On track. How many laps down is he?
7 down.
Ooh.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I choose poorly again today.
Well, mine's leading,
right.
but
yeah,
I'm scared to say anything. I'm scared to say anything because it seems to go bad. So I don't know if he's watching or listening live, but after the fact, if he's watching, if this doesn't go well, I apologize, but I just have a feeling. So far, so good. It's been good so far.
Let's see some notables though. Well, yeah, you're doing really well on your pick. Like I say, Jamie Knauf, he's up to 10th right now. You know, he had a start from pit road and up to 10th right now, so he's been moving through the field. His teammate Daniel Simmons has been up in 7th, so I think the Tracy Motorsports group they got a little piece under him tonight.
Even Wayne Grossi you were talking about earlier, he's up to 12th, so he's come from the back and having a good run so far. We'll see what these guys can do as we get our third restart of the day after our third caution. Green flag is out and we're racing. The Chicagoland 250 is green once again.
All right, well, the outside line looked like they got a little bit better jump that time around.
Yeah, that was pretty good there.
Yeah, well, Kevin Ruff started off that field, so he wasn't sleeping that time.
Just hold our breath as we get through turn 1 and 2. So far, so good. As they go down the backstretch. Yeah,
they got to tiptoe around there through cold tires, which is kind of funny because we didn't really see much of that. I mean, we saw Ben Tracy do an early slide. He was able to gather right back up again. So we'll see. Get some heat in that tires, then go after it. Yeah, looks like we got a 7-car single file right now. Looks like 3. Looks like it is Jeff Chandler right now fighting. Is that Nick Alford?
Yep, Alfred in a white car this week.
Looking pretty strong right now.
So head down the backstretch. Starting lap 30 here of 167. Again, the stage break at lap 70. Still a long way to go. 40 laps till we get to the stage.
Yeah, and I can't imagine too. I imagine too. A lot of these guys kind of know what the tire wear is doing after that first caution at lap 17. So some of them are going to know whether or not they can push it, or maybe they are not getting good tire wear. They maybe just driving habits. But everybody looks pretty racy right now. Like they got places to be.
Yeah, just going through the field. One guy that's dropped way back right now. He's that 24 William Larch. Started on the front row. Started on the pole actually, and finds himself in 17th spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, he had that spin early on too. So I wonder if he had a little bit of damage. Maybe just kind of regathering his thoughts too, and just kind of saving maybe a little bit of tire, maybe a little bit of car as well. Try to learn a little bit while you're out there.
Jay Luna around Daniel Simmons, or is he? Here comes Simmons back on the outside. He's not going to get that pass done, so Simmons hangs on to 5th. EJ Luna in 6th. That pass on the bottom's a tough one, especially through 1 and 2.
We've seen a lot of guys get loose under there too, so you got to kind of be careful with that. It does look like the higher to mid lane, like you were saying early on, it is kind of the ticket around here. Especially too with the bumps. You know, I know you did some practice laps around here, so Are the bumps on the inner lap or on the inside of the line or on the outside?
Both.
Where do you find them? Oh, they're both. Well, which one's worse?
The smooth. Well, it just depends on how you hit them. I think, to be honest with you, I think at the outside it's maybe a really close racing there between Michael Cobb and Daniel Simmons enters the corner right on the back bumper. The bumps for me, it felt like it was at the very bottom and the very top of the track. The second lead's not too bad. It's still there, but not as bad. But it's pretty bumpy, pretty rough, and you know how this car loves the bumps.
Yeah, it does. That's why I'm surprised they even go on the street course. So that's bumpy.
From what I saw there, it's pretty rough too. It's hard to handle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through the field too, and we were talking about our. We know Kevin Ruff. I don't know if you want to bring up our little bracket chart right now, but EJ Luna, he's definitely winning his battle right now. Kevin Ruff, we already know, is beating Richie Coy this week, but who else was in that group? We had a Kermit Henn. Who was Kermit? Kermit and Nick Alford. So Nick Alford, I think, is winning that bracket right now.
He is right now. And Ray Lane and Robert Maliki.
Oh, Ray Lane, I think he's out at the point. He's 22 laps down. He's last place right now. So Robert looks like he's going to carry on as well.
Watching the 71. Oh, he gets the wall there off turn 2. He's actually chasing down Kermit Henny there in that 91.
Well, he's found himself. So obviously, he found himself in a little bit of a wreckage here and there. But obviously, yeah, the car's going forward. Looks pretty clean as well. So he must have not had too much damage, or at least got most of it fixed.
They kind of settled down at this point. Kind of running single file.
I'm kind of going back to, I don't think they've ran the full 18 laps like we did early on. But Robert, he's still got a good, strong, commanding lead right now, but he's only down to about 4.5 tenths away from Kevin Ruff. So Kevin obviously is hot on his trail. And Robert, Robert had almost a 7/10 lead earlier. So, and actually Kevin dropped it down to 3/10.
Yeah,
so
Kevin's
coming.
He's been really quick, and using that apron on the front stretch too, kind of shortcutting that thing, is kind of helped him shorten up the front stretch as well. So we can ride on board with the 99 here.
Yeah, and the two of them kind of broke away. They got a good second over third place. So they both got their car hooked up tonight.
And you see the 3 go to the apron here as well. So those guys both using that shortcut down the front stretch. Some say that might wear your tires a little bit more, but it definitely is a shorter way around.
I'd be worried about the transition, getting on and off the apron like that. Sometimes it upsets the car a little bit, but sometimes it doesn't. So, hey, if your car can do it, it's quick for you.
Investment Tire and Auto Care machine. You hear them go over that bump. You can hear the RPMs spike. If you're not ready for that, and there's even a bump going into one right here. Let's see. You have to lift before you get to that bump, or else it really upsets the car. So there's a lot of intricacies driving this track.
Yeah, well, we've only been about 12 laps to 13 laps since we've gone green again. So we haven't actually hit that 17-lap run yet. But obviously Kevin's got his car dialed in right now. So Robert has not been able to do the same results as he did earlier.
Battle back here for 14th, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. and Alan Duranko running side by side. Going back to 24, William Lark to the party.
And we were talking about William a little while ago, and he's just kind of laying back, seeing what he's got, collecting his thoughts. Alan, though, too, he started 28th up to 15th already, so he's going forward. Looks like he's getting ready to get under Robert Sr.
See if he can complete this pass. He's been trying a couple laps making that pass on the bottom, but man, passing on the bottom is just so tough.
The outside run line is such a good run.
He's on the track a little bit.
Oh, now he's getting past. Now he's got 24 under him. And a mirror full of donuts.
Gosh, the 33 of Tracy behind him. Now he's side by side with the 24, but he goes to the top side. He's able to defend the 2 of Duranko. He's going to hang on to that position for now and try to get a run on the 12. And now he's going to try to go to the outside of the 12. A little contact with the wall there.
Man, he was going high, wide, and handsome there. But look at that run he's getting.
Yeah, you can definitely get a run on the top there if you can make that work. He's going to the top again. Watch that bump on the outside. Right there. It can upset the car, but they hang on to it. He's getting a good run off the corner.
Yeah, a couple more of that, he'll be able to get by the 12. If the 12 lets him stay high.
See if he goes to the very top here again, and he does. To the very top. Actually, 12 goes to the bottom a little bit. It's going to open up things a little bit for the 2. As he gets a run off the corner. He's going to do the switchback to the inside of the 12.
I think he's got the momentum to make this work. There he
goes.
goes.
Go to the top and take that position for the 12. Almost, that tightness almost puts the 12 in the wall. He hangs on to it.
Well, good move from Duranko.
There you go.
He's up to, he's up to 14th now.
Got a battle for 7th. DJ Luna, Nick Alford. Alford's trying to get that position on the bottom. Washes up the track. Luna is going to hang in it. He's going to stay in it and retake that position. So he's going to hang on to 7th spot there. But that was tight racing there off the corner of 2.
That was tight racing off the wall, too. There had to be a paper-thin margin. EJ stuck through there, but, yeah, he made it work. And now we got Jamie Knopf, who did gain a spot since the restart. Kind of waiting to see him show up. His teammate, Daniel Simmons, is slowly climbing through the field along with Jeff Chandler.
Yeah, Simmons actually up in front of these guys in 5th spot, so... Simmons doing a great job. Chandler right there behind him in 6th in front of this battle.
Well, I'm just waiting to see. I think we're at our longest point. Yeah, we are. We're at our longest point of run now. So, they still have 22, 23 laps to go before we hit stage. So, still is a lot of running to go, and we're going to see who's got the good tire saving or not. We know the Tracy Motorsport teams. We know Jeff Chandler. They're good at that, and obviously there's plenty of laps to get there. Cabin has yet to catch Robert. Robert obviously is not really pulling away too much from Cabin. They're still in that 3 to 4 tenths away from each other.
We'll jump back here with the Donut Patrol. Ben Tracy trying to hang on to 16th spot, but he's being challenged by the 51 of Messer, who's coming back up through the field after some issues.
I'm kind of going back. I just kind of scrolling through some lap times right now. And Jeff Chandler and Daniel Simmons are both running in the 31 zeros right now. And then you got Michael Call, Cameron King, the leaders basically. They're in the 1s to 2s. So Daniel Simmons and Jeff Chandler are coming. And Daniel gets by Cameron right now.
We expected it would be a good bit of tire fall off. So I'm not too surprised here. Still looking at this battle back here. The 2 of Duranko trying to hang on to it. The 24 trying to take it away for 14th spot, actually. And Duranko's been right on that wall, coming off 2.
Well, yeah, he had enough to get by Kermit, but of course. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're still... Never mind. We flipped on my leaderboard, but never mind. They're good there. Still that hard. Man, they are battling hard back here for that 14th spot. The 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm watching. It's crazy what's going on. They're just running side by side. And, I mean, there's still 20 laps to go there. You guys are going to have to sort this out if you even want to get it any higher than that. I just have a feeling everybody here is just burning up their stuff.
Now, you talked about the battle up front. I want to kind of go back and focus on what you were talking about. So their lap times, you said the leaders, the leader's last lap was a 31:21. Nick Alford was a 31:09.
Well, this was a few laps ago. Yeah, I actually, as I'm looking at the times right now, Daniel Simmons, yeah, they've actually slowed the pace down quite a bit.
Well, he's a little bit quicker. No, 28 to a 26. That's about the same.
Well, I think Daniel right now, he's kind of working on Michael Call, so I think that's kind of slowed him down slightly. just trying to get by him.
Oh,
Just
true.
trying to find
Right.
that proper spot to get by him safely. But Robert's still, yeah, he's still in the twos along with Cavan.
Watching this battle for third. Michael Call has it. Daniel Simmons wants it. And right behind him, Cameron King trying to hang on to fifth, but Jeff Chandler's starting to stalk him as well. You see Daniel Simmons go to that top side, try to get that run off the top. As he comes off the corner, Call's going to close that door. Does he take the run to the inside? No, he stays on the back bumper, literally on the back bumper of Michael Call's 8-3.
He didn't want to give up that low, or he didn't want to get in that low lane. He wanted to kind of stay up as high as he can. Maybe just sizing him up at this point.
I can't blame him there. You don't want to get trapped down there on the bottom.
No, but I keep watching this lead though. I'm keeping tabs on the time here, and Cavan slowly loses a little ground and then gains up a little bit of ground, and he's as close as he's been so far this evening.
Now here comes Daniel on the inside. Now he's got position on Michael Call to the inside.
See if he can make this work. We have not seen this work very well.
So we're going it down there. He comes through 3 and 4. Actually gets a pretty good run on the bottom. They're going to be equal as they hit the line there. Side by side into one.
Looks like Michael got a little kiss of that wall there.
And he's going to give it up there. So Daniel's going to complete that pass to P3. And now we'll see what kind of times Daniel can run. He's going to try to track these leaders down. He's going to have a ways to go, though. He's got 2 seconds to the lead right now.
Yeah, but clean free air, so he should be able to maybe make some time. We'll see what kind of rocket ship he's got under him.
But we see Cameron King get real close to the wall coming off the corner as well there. I don't think he touched it, but it was inches.
Well, that's the next pass I'm looking at now, too. I'm waiting for Jeff Chandler to kind of make that move over on Cameron now.
It may be Cameron on Michael Call if they keep running this way.
That's very possible, yeah.
And here comes Nick Alford. He's entered the picture here in the 98.
Yeah. And then Jamie Knopf back behind him. So Jamie kind of moving up another spot as well. So as these laps keep going and as we get this long run, it's really starting to see who's got the most hair on the train.
Yeah, who's got that long run car, who's able to maneuver and manipulate their car to a position to where they can make some time here. As these tires wear out, you start slipping and sliding around. You got the bumps to deal with. You got to stay off the wall. You got to slow the car down. All that mechanical grip comes into play. It's not just aero anymore; it's mechanical as well.
Well, yeah, and I like the interesting factor of where are you going to actually try to make your pass? We've seen guys go on the high side. We've seen guys go on the low side. Obviously, Jeff right now he loves that low line. He's staying almost on that white line. And he's making that pass right now for Cameron King. He's side by side.
Yep, to the inside of Cameron King, the 92, the 31 on the inside, trying to make that pass for 5th spot.
His car looks really good, though, on the inside. I mean, it was able to kind of hang with him.
Very stable. Got net code Nick behind him in the 98. Yeah. They're flashing down the front stretch.
He's looking actually pretty solid, though. I haven't seen him bounce out, though.
I just saw it for the first time, so that's what reminded me.
He might have got a gold cable or something. I don't know. Man, still tight racing between Jeff Chandler and Cameron King right now.
And the 92 got a run off the corner there, so he's going to pull slightly ahead as they enter turn 1.
This is the new battle for 14th right here, but it's a battle for 4th, or a battle for 5th.
Yeah, Jamie Knopf has suddenly entered the picture. You talked about him being back there. Now he's right there with these guys as well.
Well, and Brian Dixon isn't too far off behind them, but then they're all catching the 4th place car, Michael Call, right now. I mean, they're running side by side 2 deep, and they're still catching 4th.
That's pretty good. I know it's got to be frustrating as a car on the bottom to not be able to clear and make that pass, but it's a pretty good racing right here.
Well, I was kind of hoping that this long run was definitely going to kind of, shake up the point or shake up the field a little bit, and it's definitely doing that. And I mean, and don't look now, but Daniel Simmons, he's at 1.6, so he's definitely got some speed right now, and he is clocking about a 10th quicker than our leaders.
Yeah, his last lap 31.18 to a 31.36 for the leader. So he's definitely a little bit quicker. As you see now, Jeff Chandler trying to fend off the 98 of Nick Alford, who's looking to the inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're only going to have about 8 more laps to get this done before our stage. But man, it's some pretty good racing right now. Like I say, I don't think Daniel's going to have enough juice to get up there, but he's definitely going to have a good solid stage, a third if it stays where it's at.
Yeah, top three kind of spread out.
And they're getting under Michael Call right now. So Cameron King making a look on Michael.
Yep, and Nick Alford behind him in the 48 also gets by Jeff Chandler. So Jeff losing 2 positions there. But you're right, the battle right now is for 4th. Michael Call trying to hang on against Cameron King in the 92.
Well, even Jamie Knapp got by Jeff Chandler. And Jeff Chandler looks like he might be going down to Brian Messer. Or Brian Dixon, rather.
Oh, here he goes, side by side off the corner. The 92 beside Michael Call, behind him, the 98 and the 48 battling.
He tried that about a lap or two ago, and it wasn't really working, but it looks like he's got a little bit of a... He's staying with him, at least. He might be able to get it done in this corner here.
Here we go, down into turn 3. King on the bottom, Call on the outside.
We know Daniel had a little bit of help. Michael kind of tapped the wall just a hair, but...
King way down to the inside. Call running that outside lane. He's got the momentum. He's going to clear now, bring the 98 of Alford to the outside.
Man, that is 6 cars all fighting. With 5 to go for the stage.
And now it's Alford and King side by side as Alford pulls to the outside. You're right, Call's looking good here. Dixon trying to get by the 31. And now they line up nose to tail for 5th, 6th, and 7th. King, Alford, Jamie Knapp.
Well, while this is all going on, I'm looking at E.J. Luna now. He's slowly creeping into the picture here. He's about 7/10 back from him, but he does have some draft, and he does have, if they're all screwing around up there, he's going to eventually be part of this party here.
And here comes Alford to the inside of Cameron King through 3 and 4. You're right, we're getting down to it. About 4 laps to go to the stage break.
Yeah, it's wild too. I mean, they know. I mean, and they're all in it for. I mean, they're all in it for stage points, and they're all going to pretty much get the stage points if they could stay clean here. But
just a matter of how many.
Exactly. What point do you want?
How bad do you want that extra point?
Yeah, right. I'll give a shout out to Michael Caldwell. I mean, he's been still staying ahead of these guys and just holding his line and keeping strong.
King got tied off the corner there. It's going to allow Nick Alford to clear. Here comes Jamie Knapp to the inside, trying to get that position as well. And now that he's got Nick Alford in front of him, he's going to struggle with grip even more. He's going to hit the wall off the corner a little bit. That's going to allow the 48 to clear. So now Jamie Knapp looking at Nick Alford for a position.
Man, well, I'm sure Jamie and Daniel both have the same cars. I mean, and I had to go back up front. Look, Daniel did cut that lead down to 1.3, or it's at 1.5 now. But he's almost on the back door Kevin Ruff right now.
Ooh, 3 wide. 3 wide, almost 3 wide for 4th there, but Nick Alford backs out. Jamie Knapp to the inside. Is he going to clear him? He is. He's going to pull up in front of the 98, take the outside lane.
Yeah, while everything's going on, though, Robert Fitzpatrick got a 1.3 second to the lead. He's lapping a car right now. It looks like a 30 of Mason Hoffner. But he's definitely got his car set up, and Daniel Simmons going around Kevin Ruff right now, door to door for second.
On the last lap here, coming to the stage break. Can he get it done through 3 and 4? Simmons on the outside, Kevin Ruff on the inside.
I think Daniel's going to have the momentum here.
He's going to have the momentum. Is he going to be able to do it here coming to the line? Let's see if he does it. He is, I don't know. Looks like he did get it.
Yeah, he got him.
Boy, it was a battle of the line. A battle of the line back here for Jamie Knapp as well. And he's going to just lose out to Michael Call as the caution comes out for the stage. What a battle to the end there.
Wow. Daniel got him by 1,000th of a second. for the stage.
That was crazy. Yeah, he had the outside line. I thought he would roll a little bit better than that, but he just barely clipped him. I know Kevin hit that inside on the apron, just lost out just barely there. So that's what 1 point swing. Daniel gets one extra stage point. Cameron loses one.
Yeah. Well, we talked about him earlier too. Alex Murphy, he didn't take tires, ran the whole 70-lap stint on the same set of tires. Did not go a lap down, so he's definitely got an extra set saved. Are we going to see him maybe show up a little bit later if the cautions fall the way they do?
If they fall right, he is in the catbird seat for sure. Because you're going to want those tires.
Right. I kind of wanted to go back after the stage came out, see where he was at. He's sitting 24th right now. But yeah, he just got that extra set of tires.
He is the last car on the lead lap. So
that's right.
He made that work out there. As you see the leaders come through 3 and 4. The 30 of Hoffner did lose that lap, so he'll be our lucky dog for this caution. We'll see what the lead cars here are going to peel on the pit road.
Yeah, everybody's going to get a full tank, some new tires, and maybe a change or two. But I think some of these guys with the long run cars already know what they have. They just need to maybe know when to go a little sooner than later. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Daniel Simmons is going to be able to do here, because we know he's got that long run car, and he just ran out of laps here.
Well, while they pit, this is a good opportunity for us to remind you to go to drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off of your order for Victory Fuel. Victory Fuel is the proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series. So definitely check them out, drinkvictory.com. They got 3 great flavors. They've even got some swag. You can get you a hat or a shirt or a lanyard. They got all kind of stuff there. Even some visors, some stuff for your racing. They can get you some visor wraps and stuff like that too. So check out drinkvictory.com. Use code FTSR for 10% off your order. Victory Fuel is a proud sponsor of the FTSR Victory Fuel Cup Series.
Well, that's pretty good. I didn't know they had some swag.
Yeah,
I'm a hat collector.
I got a shirt. I need to get a hat. I got a shirt. Got their lanyard. Yeah, they definitely got some cool stuff. And believe it or not, it's actually pretty high quality stuff too. Usually with those branded, stuff like that, you're like, I don't know what you're gonna. Yeah, it's actually really good quality.
Yeah, they're not good enough to even wash your car with. Is what you're saying.
Usually, yes, you're right.
I may or may not have had a few of those back in the day. But man, I'm just looking to see if anybody's got anything for Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. right now. I mean, he has been dominating the field. He's got a great car, long run, short run. It's got speed. It looks solid. Is there anybody else out there? Anybody out there? Isn't that a Pink Floyd song?
Is there anybody out there? Well, I know some people are out there. They're in chat, looking at chat here. Got plenty of people commenting here. Doyle Lawrence, of course, joining with us. Wishing Chandler good luck, of course. You got Brandon P. out there. Let's get them Hot Lap Heroes is who he's cheering on. And they're looking pretty sporty out there. EJ's got a fan out there. Dustin Franklin, thanks for joining us. You got Chris Correa out there waving at us. Aaron Satcher. Going to be hard to buff that out, he says. So apparently wreck there. Does Jeff have a target painted on his car? He is not the target car. But we'll see what happens as we go forward here. The pace car is off, getting ready for the restart. Green flag is out, and we're racing once again here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I don't know if the target. He definitely doesn't have a target on his car, but does he have a long run car? That's the bullseye right now.
Looks like so far he's doing pretty good on that long green flag run. Got some track position now. See what he can do with it. These new tires, though, guys, these cold tires, we're going to see if everybody can hang on to it for a couple laps, get these tires up to temperature, and we can avoid a crash here early on. EJ Luna and Nick Alfred side by side. 3 and 4. Nick's going to grab that position.
Yeah, I think if they can at least get through the first lap or two without making a major spin, you should have enough heat in your tire. Because it seems like, after the tires warmed up, a lot of these cars look pretty good.
And I wonder if that's a thing to do with the ride height of the cars, I wonder. Get the ride height, get them off the track, and maybe they don't bottom out as much.
Right, yeah, when the tire builds a little pressure.
Because, you know, these cars, you want to run them as low as possible, get all that downforce. And if you run them too low, well, you know what happens when you run them too low.
Yeah. That's when sparks fly.
Yeah, we definitely had some sparks flying.
We did. But we had some pretty good sparks flying towards the end of that run too. So I'm really kind of looking forward to see the long run. Now again, these guys can go 60 laps, so if we do not get a caution for whatever reason, they can reach probably lap 135 before they're going to have to pit. So I'm assuming cars are going to be in before that, but you never know. I'll have to do the math on what's the split here, but I'm assuming it's somewhere around lap 105 to 110.
I got to give a call out to Brian Dixon, who currently running fourth. We kind of overlooked him. He's having a good run tonight so far in that 03. Gained a few positions on pit road and up in the top 5 now, having a good solid run.
Well, yeah, I believe he finished in 10th in the stage, and yeah, had a great pit stop. We got a car low on the track in the apron.
Donut Patrol, Ben Tracy.
Uh-oh, I wonder if he got a little bit of loose again. I'm going to have to go back and see it happen.
There's no caution, but he's definitely slow on the track there.
Looking at it, yeah, he did. He got just a little loose, not just out of shape. Got down on the apron, and the apron kind of threw him around a little bit. Again, stayed on the pavement, did not hit the grass. Just kind of lost a little track.
Look at it here. Ben Tracy through 3 and 4. Let's see what happens here coming through 3 and 4. Hits that bump, gets loose, ends up on the apron sideways. He did a good job to hang on to it, because I know from my experience, when the car gets sideways there through 3 and 4, it's really hard to. You either spin to the inside or you spin across the track. He didn't do either one of those. He kept it straight.
Well, you know, especially too, we've talked about all the changes and this and that with the car. And we've always used to say how hard the car was to save. So I almost wonder if some of these changes did make the car a little bit easier to save.
He locked it down just to keep it from doing anything crazy. And that's probably the right call. Unfortunately, you give up on your tires at that point, but you know, you save the car.
Still a lot of racing to go.
Save the car and lose a set of tires.
Yeah. But there still is a lot of racing to go, so he's got plenty of time to make that up.
Ooh, we got a mix up back here. Alan Duranka really slow on the track there.
There's a little bit of chatter on the radio.
You can see what happened to Alan here. Going down the backstretch, they're right on the back, you know, 3 of them there. Oh, there's contact with the 21 of Ray Gill.
Yeah. That could have been a lot worse than what it was. A lot of guys making a little evasive maneuvers there, but man, good job.
So if I go into turn 3, it looks like, man, yeah, just looks like 21 got loose maybe in front of the 2 of Duranko, and they make contact with them. They survive.
Yeah, they were able to get through that.
Oh, we got Duranko in the wall. He's in the grass again down the backstretch. He's got some major issues. He gets it going, though. No caution.
And he was having a great night earlier on, too, so we saw him fighting for those positions. But, again, still quite a bit of racing to go here, so caution could change all this, get you back up in the fight.
Yeah, we got our stage out of the way. We just passed halfway, actually. So still half a race to go. And a pit stop.
I kind of had to go back. Yeah, I had to go back up front to kind of see what's happening there. Robert's still kind of controlling this race. 4/10 over Kevin Ruff right now. But Kevin's got a lot more company than he did before. So he's got the team, the Ben Tracy Motorsport teammates right behind him. And Jamie did move his way up into 4th right now.
Yeah, Daniel Simmons 3rd, Ben Tracy 4th. There's 2 Chevrolet teammates 3rd and 4th right now. But it's been all Bob Fitzpatrick so far, man. He's taken the lead and not looked back. He's led every lap. He's looking really good out there. He got Kevin Ruff in 2nd. Now, we did see Kevin starting to slip a little bit on the long rail. We'll see if that's a common theme, if that happens again. But Kevin looking really strong so far.
Well, we know though Daniel and Jamie both. I mean, they came through the field pretty good at the end there. Daniel did finish second in the stage, so he was able to get by Cadman just by a hair of his chinny chin chin, but it still happened. And Bob Roberts. Oh, we got a yellow.
Caution is out involving Robert Malikian. We'll see if we can go back and see what happened here. Our best one tire and auto care instant replay. Through 3 and 4. Ooh, Malikian gets loose down the track in front of the 91. Kermit Henney just spins and corrects it and keeps going though. So I don't think either one of those guys really have much damage. It just that just triggered a caution.
I'm looking at Kermit's. The front nose of Kermit's car looked like he got a little bit more than he wanted. Yeah, he does got a little bit of nose damage from that.
So caution's going to fly once again here. You got some takers up front. Not all of them, though. Your leader's going to stay out. Brian Dixon stays out. Michael Call, William Owens all staying out at this point. Everybody else hits the pits.
Man, that's I mean, I guess you do have the extra set of tires to make this happen. We talked about Alex Murphy, who did save a set of tires, but I think some of these guys still had enough tires to maybe get through this, where tires may not come as an issue. But I don't know. Kevin Ruff, did he want to lose all that track position?
I think Jeff Chandler took 2 tires there.
Huh, interesting. I know Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf went in.
And I lost a few positions to Simon Magin, who maybe took 2 as well, or no tires maybe.
We got a few guys. I mean, Kevin looks like he is the first car in and out of the pits, and I believe he'll be re-racking at about 5th.
Chandler came down pit road, but he's the first one out.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. You have to see if he took fuel.
That's right,
only.
yeah, because he took 2, yeah.
And then Simon would be the other question mark. Everybody else looks like they pretty much came out where they came in. And also, Mason Hoffner in the 30 also stays out here. So he'll line up 5th right now, staying out.
Jeff did not take any tires, actually.
So fuel only.
Yep. Kevin took 4.
Yeah. 46 of Simon. That's the other question. 2 or no
Let's
tires.
See what he did. He took none.
Okay. So he come in for fuel only too.
I kind of feel like Kevin made the right move there.
So interesting. You got 5 cars in front that stayed out. And then Jeff Chandler and Simon Magin taking fuel only. And then Kevin Ruff on back, taking their full 4 sets of tires. We'll see, because I don't know. We'll see how much tires matter here on this restart.
Well, I got to go back because I know Daniel Simmons and Jamie Knopf, and he's notorious for only taking 2, but I think they all took 4.
I believe so. The way they came out behind Kevin. So here goes the pace car is going to pull off there. We're going to get a restart here on lap 69 or 89. I'm sorry. Green flag is out and we are racing.
Yeah, going back, Daniel Simmons and Jamie both took 4. So Robert's got to be a little nervous about some of these guys that may have pitted behind him.
He's got to, but the guys that have pitted have to be a little worried about the guys that took no tires.
That's very true, yeah. And there's a lot of action going on there. We got 3 wide, Nick Alford, Jeff Chandler, and Mason Hoffner right now. 3 wide.
Ooh, Hoffner in the wall a little bit there. Still 3 wide as they come off the corner, though. Chandler in the middle, Hoffner on the outside. You got Nick Alford on the inside as they head into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'll have to go back to see if what Nick did from it this time.
Ooh, Jeff Chandler in the wall a little bit there off turn 2.
And they got Cameron King now kind of, he's like, I want to play.
Meanwhile, Kevin Ruff's moved up to third spot. He's battling for more there. We got a car in the wall. Daniel Simmons in the wall off the corner.
Oh, man.
And we got cars sliding all around through 1 and 2. Looks like the 7 of Wayne Grossi having all kind of issues through 1 and 2. Keep it
I know.
straight.
I'm trying to watch all this too. Yeah, I went back to go see where Daniel ended up, and man, yeah, Wayne got kind of stuck in the sucker hole there. All this though, I'm watching Kevin Ruff though. He is on a tear right now, right all over Brian Dixon, and Brian Dixon's really close to Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. now as well. So
we got another car in the wall. We got 3. Brian Dixon in the wall. Cameron King's going to get by him. Kevin Ruff's going to get by him for second. Here he is now. He's going to be right on the back bumper of the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick.
He's got them fresh tires. Just going to make him work right now. Fortunately, I don't think Robert can't really do anything about it. I'll have to go back to and look to see what kind of a deficit Robert has compared to Kevin as far as tires go.
I want to go back and see what happened to Simmons right quick before this happens. Here goes Daniel Simmons. 2, 3, and 4. Oh. Was that net code? No, he gets loose. Oh, he gets loose across the bump. 2, 3, and 4. It wiggles. He chases it up the track and into the wall. So he just hits that bump wrong. We talked about the deadly bumps here. 3 and 4, it looks like it got it there. Here comes Cameron King.
Yeah.
To the inside of Bob Fitzpatrick. Kevin Ruff.
Yeah, that's what I was just watching. Although I don't know, has it gotten dark on the track for you? Because it's pretty dark on my screen.
Yeah, we had a cloud come over for sure. It looks like Kevin Ruff. I don't know why I keep saying Cameron King, but Kevin Ruff's going to take the lead here as they head into 1 on lap 90. 96.
And Kevin's got almost 15 lap newer tires than Robert right now. So some of those guys that didn't fit compared to those who did, 15 lap difference on tires right now. And we know how much this track is tire dependency. So, man, Kevin's just got to keep it green, keep it going. But yeah, that I kind of thought too that was the right move. Get in there and get 4. They're still going to have to pit, though, and that's the thing. They're still going to have to get some gas, but that still kind of puts you out in front for a while.
You're still going to need a pit stop, and some of these guys are going to need it sooner than others. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, if it goes green, though, the longer it goes green, though, you know, a guy like Robert Fitzpatrick Jr.'s got to worry that those tires are not going to be able to hang on. He might be, by the time they actually do decide to pit, he might be a little bit deep in the field. Granted, that is if it stays green and we get through the green flag stop. So,
well, they'll pit first and hopefully get some distance on those guys, but that's not going to pay off at the end. They're going to be running them down at the end. I'm interested to see how that plays out. I hope it does play out that way.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting. But right now, though, the new tire Kevin, 6/10 over Robert, so he is just set sail.
The tires are huge. Even those few laps are a huge deficit, seems like.
Yeah, and I think the next guy who actually has tires would be Nick Alford and then Cameron King.
Jamie Knopf starting to march his way back through the field. Gets by William Lark. William Lark and William Owens, the 2 Williams were battling earlier. Now it's Lark over Owens.
Yeah, and Jamie as well. Jamie also has a new set of tires on as well. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, Kevin's just got to, he really can just go out there and save a little bit right now.
I'll tell you who this hasn't worked out for so well right now is except for saving a set of tires, just the 30 of Mason Hoffner has dropped back to 22nd position right now, battling with Robert Malikian right there behind him.
Yeah, he's definitely the non-tire effect has not really worked out. Definitely hurting right now. But then there's some other guys that I'm kind of looking at, like a Jeff Chandler, who did not also take tires too. I mean, he's maybe trying to look for that caution. kind of get back on equal tire. And he's got Daniel Simmons right behind him, and we know Daniel Simmons had a little bit of a snafu and kind of pushed him in the back, but I can still see Jeff kind of falling back through the field with those older tires.
Yeah, I gotta wonder how much that hit with the wall. Daniel hit the wall pretty good there. How much that hurt the car. He'll be kicking himself for that.
Well, still got a lot of racing to go. About 65 laps to go. Here comes Nick Alford on the Michael Call, making that way for fourth right now.
Alford
trying to at least.
and Dixon in front of him still hanging on there in that Toyota, the 03, currently running in third.
Yeah, I mean, and surprising though, Robert, I hand it to him. He's got a really locked up car tonight because I'd assume that with the 15 lap older tires he has, these guys would have been catching him by now. But man, he's still keeping up in that second spot. He's losing to the leader right now, but just staying ahead of those cars back there. I mean, great car tonight.
Looking back from the car, the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick. Got this battle for third behind him. Brian Dixon, Michael Call going at it.
Yeah, and I keep looking through the field too. I mean, Ben Tracy up to 12th right now. Kind of capitalizing on some of those tires. Oh, he fell back to 13th, but still up there. He got by Jeff Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler, I think he hit the wall a little bit there too. I wonder if that's affected his car because he's falling back a little bit. Of course, he was one of the guys that didn't take tires, right? So we kind of expected that.
Right. Yeah, Jeff did not take tires. And I think for the most part, if a lot of these guys, they didn't take tires or they did take tires in that last pit. But it looked like a lot of the guys that did go and at least get maybe a little bit of a top off, which is really kind of just asking your tires to do more.
Here comes EJ Luna making a pass on William Owens in the 71. That is for 10th spot. So he's moving up to 10th. You got Owens back there, and you got Brian Messer, Ben Tracy right there in the picture as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest action on the track right now, from 10th to 15th.
Again, you said it. There's another pit stop for everybody. Everybody has to make one more stop. Some sooner than others, like Bob Fitzpatrick, Jeff Chandler, some of those other guys that stayed out there.
Well, Jeff came in and just got a top off, so Jeff's got the gas. Like I say, some of those guys, yeah, they came in for a little bit of gas, which means that they're planning on making their tires run longer because they took the extra splash. But a guy like Robert Fitzpatrick, he stayed out. I believe Brian Dixon also stayed out. Michael Call stayed out. Some of these guys, they're only going to be able to get to that lap 130, I think, if that. Yeah. So they're hoping maybe for another caution with another 20-something laps here.
Battle for fourth is on Michael Call on the outside. Nick Alford trying to take it on the inside. 2, 3, and 4. Alford up the track just a little bit there. They're still side by side as they head down the front.
I'm just kind of surprised that, especially with fresh tires, Nick is kind of struggling getting by him. Almost had him there.
Tied up the corner there. It's going to clear.
Got him. Now they're right on Brian Dixon. It looks like he's going to go for a twofer here.
Call into the top. Dixon in the middle. Alford to the bottom. He's going to slide up in front of the 03 and take that position.
Ooh. Cameron King got into a Michael Call a little bit there.
Oh, little contact again.
Just waiting to see Nick now just kind of pull away. He's not really looking at the 3 car as much as he's looking at the 99 of Kevin Ruff. Like I say, I can only imagine that some of these guys that did not pit, they only got maybe 20 more laps of fuel left to go.
Yeah, so they're going to have to pit a lot sooner than some of these other guys for sure. They just have to hope and pray. If that's the case, if it goes green, they're going to have to hope and pray it goes green once they pit, because if not, they're going to be in a world of hurt. Michael Call into the wall off turn 2.
Yeah, the tire deficit is definitely starting to show for some of these guys. But man, Robert though, I mean, despite his not having enough gas right now, but
Simon Magin through the grass on the backstretch. He's going to keep it straight there. We're going to stay green. He keeps it going.
Yeah, he's slow on the back straight, but yeah, still able to keep it straight. I'm just still kind of blown away with the 3 right now. How he's able to still maintain pace with the tires that he has. Still I mean, Nick's not really catching him, and Kevin's not really getting away from him.
Tight racing there off the corner. Jamie Knopf, Michael Call right there together. Call's going to hang on to that for now. Jamie Knopf's going to fall back in line as ahead in 1 and then duck to the bottom.
Yeah, I would think with the fresher tires, he's probably, well, you should have a little bit more grip on the bottom there. It looks like Jamie's he gives him a little room there. Almost gave him a slide job.
I'll tell you what's hard, though. This track coming off 2, you want to slide up right there against the guy. He slides up to 3 and 4 just a little bit there. But you want to slide up right against them and kind of use that side draft. Well, the problem is the backstretch is not straight. So you might slide up there, but you want to keep the wheel turned. Like, it's so hard to do that down the backstretch, which I know they didn't design it for that reason. But me personally, I kind of like that, because then you're like, maybe you don't get those guys like riding on your door like you usually do. And usually if you do try it, it ends up in a wreck.
Right. Yeah. Very true. But that's the uniqueness about this place. And that's what makes it, I mean, it is a D-shaped oval, but it's such a different type of a D shape.
Wayne Grassi.
Something new.
In the grass in turn 3 and 4 there. He stopped. Still sitting there.
Trying to see what happened.
And now he's gone. He disappears. Oh, you got Daniel Simmons against the wall in turn 2. Big issues with the 06 of Simmons. Big damage. You stay green there. He keeps moving forward as parts start falling off his car as they come around 3 and 4. But he's got some huge damage there. We'll have to go back and see what happened there.
Yeah, I went back to go see what happened to Wayne Grassi as well, but didn't really see anything. He just pulled off.
Let's go back and see what happened to Daniel Simmons here. To back it up a little bit here.
Yeah, I see him driving down pit road, man. He's got major damage.
Gets loose through turn 2, tries to save it, straight up into the wall. Hood goes flying. Big damage for the 06, and he's done. Dang.
Amazing, no caution, but all right, so 2 more are out. Wayne Grassi and Daniel Simmons now out of the race.
Got Brian Dixon on pit road. Is that a scheduled pit stop?
That might be, yeah. He's definitely one that did not pit earlier on.
So he comes to pit road.
I know he was losing spots there.
Looks like he is taking service, so it might be a scheduled stop. Here's Kevin Ruff going by him. Put him a lap down. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You're going to hold your breath here and hope that a caution doesn't come out.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of looking at our second place guy, Robert Fitzpatrick. He should be coming in within 10 laps or so. But will Nick Alford actually get by him by the time that happens? Jamie Knopf now working on 4th place of Cameron King. The 2 of them, I mean, they both have equal tires. So they got a good little battle going on for 4th right now.
Okay, Jamie Knopf and some unfamiliar colors, that red and white car. Again tonight, started from pit road and has drove his way all the way back into the top 5 and been a contender all night, or at least half the night here up front, as Jamie Knopf takes that position over Cameron King.
Well, the team has got a lot of speed. Unfortunately, Daniel Simmons didn't get to show us the remainder of that speed, but his teammate Jamie looking very strong tonight.
Meanwhile, battle for second. Bob Fitzpatrick trying to hang on against Nick Alford.
Yeah, Nick finally caught him.
Nick using those fresher tires, but here's Bob battling back on the outside.
Man. Oh, I heard over the radio, Wayne lost his VR, which is surprising. I didn't even know Wayne used VR.
I didn't either, but that explains there's a slide job off the corner. The 98 of Nick Alford slides up in front of the 3 of Fitzpatrick and takes over the second spot. That was an aggressive slide there off the corner.
It was. I'll tell you though. I mean, the three's got such a solid car tonight. I mean,
He
especially with
does.
the old tires. Just to even hold off Nick the way he was.
The
And
question
Nick is like,
is, when do you pit?
he's going to have to be coming in within another 10 laps.
How about right now? Here comes
Oh,
the
right
three.
now.
Bob
Well, I
Fitzpatrick.
was,
Oh, and he's carrying a lot of speed. Does he get it slowed down? Looks like he does, actually. That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah, he
smooth.
looked good. I know Jeff Chandler just called as well. He's
Yep.
coming in.
Jeff Chandler in. William Lark is in as well. So you're starting to see some of those guys that stayed out there now taking those pit stops.
Now, for me, I'm always in that mindset. I like to pit later if you can, especially on some of these mile and a half. It seems like you don't get much of an undercut as you do an overcut, I guess, if you have the fresh tires towards the end of the run. But, I don't know. Martin Grove going in. Alex Murphy going in, looks like. I'm just hearing a lot of radio chatter.
So far right now, that last lap, Jamie Knopf, fastest car on track, and that 48 running in third, trying to run down Nick Alford. 31.11 to the leader, 31.21, just about a tenth faster.
Yeah, Nick didn't have a great lap either that lap. He was showing a 31.4. So Jamie's coming. Have to see what the lap times are this round.
As they cross the line, Nick Alford runs a 31.34, Jamie 31.23, so just a little bit quicker there. But run the same speed as the leader that time by.
Yeah. I guess the question of when do they want to pit? Oh, Nick Alford coming in. Cameron King coming in. Some of these guys with those new tires, they're opting to come in a little sooner. They definitely could have went another 10, 15 laps.
Everybody making that pit stop. And I'm telling you, this is one of the tough pit roads to get to, too. That's a pretty steep turn coming off the corner. And with the way this car does not like those transitions, man, you can upset the car, start sliding the tires around, and you can get yourself in some trouble.
I believe I heard the leader say he's coming in this lap.
All right, we'll see what Calvin Ruff does here coming to pit road. No mistakes. He gets down there. Oh, and he slides sideways. That's what I was talking about, that transition. He hangs on to it, though, but loses a lot of time there, sliding sideways coming to pit road. But he does do a good job of maintaining control and saving that race car.
EJ Luna comes in right after him as well. And, man, if you go back and look at EJ Luna's entry compared to Kevin's entry, it shows you how much time Kevin lost. Wow.
Yep. But the thing is, he's got a car to fight with. He's going to get those tires off. The slide the tires doesn't matter. The time loss does. We'll see how much it hurts him.
And we got a new leader, Jamie Knopf, right out here leading this field. Ben Tracy running second.
Alan Duranka right now currently third. Kermit Henney fourth.
A lot of these guys still have yet to pit, but they might be waiting for a little bit of a caution too. I know they got a little extra fuel to get there, so they do got a bit of a buffer. And Alan Duranko real close to, I don't know who that is next to him, but man, that was tight. Another catch of the car coming out of the lap. I believe that's EJ Luna.
In the lime green there is EJ Luna right there in front of him. Kermit Henney was the one he was battling with.
Yeah, that's
the 91.
Right, okay.
Malikian is in. Here he comes down to complete his pit stop. Jamie Knopf continues to circulate around the track.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these pit stops play out, too.
Here comes the 48. Oh, and he misses. Oh, no, and he's sliding sideways. Ooh, did he get it slowed down is the question. That was Is he going to avoid a penalty? Because he got it within the cones. It wasn't that he missed the cones, but did he get it slowed down?
If speed limit is 45, and I believe it is, he's good.
Man, that was a fast entry,
Actually,
too.
Speed limit's 50, so yeah, he's good. Man, that was a good save, though.
That hands the lead to Ben Tracy, who's going to be coming in this time by. The 33 of Tracy gets it slowed down, comes down to pit speed. He looked nice and smooth there. That one handed over to Kermit Henney, the number 91, to take the lead of this race.
And then I think we have Simon Magnan next. And then Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. He'll probably eventually take the lead back over. Just waiting for the scoreboard to recycle here for me to be 100% perfect.
I believe you're right. The 91, then the 46, 1 and 2, and then it will be Bob Fitzpatrick back in control.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking to got it's actually a pretty tight battle then when we go back to green. We've got Robert and Nick Elford right now, kind of almost neck and neck.
Yeah,
getting there.
Kevin Ruff in third there. He lost the lead through that whole cycle because of that issue coming to pit road, but he's still right there with him.
Yep. And you got Michael Call and then Jamie Knopf. Jamie's a little further back. So, but he's got the freshest tires.
Ooh, the 99 sideways through 1 and 2. He hangs onto it, but he's going to lose fourth, fifth. He's going to lose a lot of spots. He's back to 7th spot now. He gets sideways. He hangs onto it. We just happen to be watching him, and he gets loose to 3 and 4. Gets onto the apron, but saves it.
Well, I think we talked about that driving down low on the apron in the front stretch, and it looks like when he was coming back off the apron, it kind of threw the car up into the track, and it almost like he tapped the wall a little bit, which is what started that looseness. But man, good save.
Man. This is a tough track, man. It's tough.
It is. And like these guys are doing a hell of a job.
Ran some laps yesterday, and I'm like, man, this is going to be a struggle. And it's proven to be that, but it is a challenge. But some of these guys, if you drive on challenges, this is the track for you. For sure.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking at the lead here right now, and just eventually, once the lead gets brought over to Robert Fitzpatrick and Nick Elford, I mean, we're gonna have a pretty good race here. Nick's got at least 1 lap fresher tires than Robert, which is who's got the better long run at this point.
Yeah, Kermit Henney continued to circle the track there. I'm sure he's just hoping for a caution at this point.
And then we got yeah. Well, I can't forget Jamie Knopf, who might eventually round up third. He's still about a second and a half off of Nick Elford and Robert Fitzpatrick. So he's got a little bit of work to go, but he's still got some of the freshest tires out there right now.
And he's got a pretty fast car too. We've seen it all night.
Yeah.
He's been good on the long run too. So this might close up here towards the end.
Well, he pitted on lap 128, and Robert Fitzpatrick or Nick Elford was on 124, and Robert Fitzpatrick was on 121. But we know Robert's got a very good, strong car, so he might be able to stay out in front of Robert, or in front of Nick, rather.
Yeah, I want to give these guys a shout out there. Kermit Henney and Simon Madigan currently running 1 and 2 right now, staying out on those older tires, just praying for something to happen. Bob Fitzpatrick in third right now. We'll cycle into the lead here once pit stops are complete. But Nick Alford right there behind him in the 98. You got the 48 of Jamie Knopf, 89 of Michael Call, and you got Kevin Ruff in the 99, and then Jeff Chandler back here with EJ Luna and Cameron King, your top 10 right now.
And just doing some of the math, Kermit probably has about another 10 laps of gas, at least. So he can still stay out there for a little bit.
And I expect him to run every bit of that, too, at this point. He's kind of made this bed.
Right. Well, and why not? He's still got a 13-second lead over second place right now. And that's not even going to our presumptuous leaders, which he's got a 17-second lead over. So, yeah, just keep out there clipping as many laps as you can. You might get lucky with a caution.
Yeah, watching us battle for third right now. Bob Fitzpatrick, Nick Alford, they've caught a little bit of lap traffic. That's Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Right in front of him. So see if he cuts him a break here.
I can't imagine he won't, but you never know. Kind of going back through the field here, we've been talking about, Jimmy Knopf running 5th, Michael Call 6th, Kevin Ruff running 7th, Jeff Chandler up to 8th right now. EJ Luna 9th, and then Ben Tracy kind of holding out at 10th right now. We saw him leading the race a little while ago after Jamie went in for service, but he's 26 seconds back off our current leader right now, but still, he put himself in a great position right now for a top 10. Back on track, back out of the squad car, and doing a good job tonight, Ben.
He's had a few exciting moments so far tonight.
Yeah,
33.
exactly.
I've seen him sideways a couple of times, but what a track to come back to.
That's right. We only got 14 guys on the lead lap right now, so I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that really would love to see a caution, and I know there's probably about 14 or 12 guys right now that probably don't want to see a caution. But just keeping tabs on the leader, though. Hopefully I'll be able to see when he decides he wants to come in for a pit now.
Yeah, watching the 91 of Henny currently continue to lead here. You know, some of the guys were in the chat last week talking about how this car looked. There was a comment about the car. I forgot what it was. About the lime, maybe the lime on the side of the car or something.
Well, they were talking about the beer, the garage beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks pretty good. It's probably a pretty tasty beer, too. I do like a green car, so, you know, I can't be upset about that at all. Some people don't like my green choices, but that's all right.
Some of them would question whether or not it's even green, but, you know, that's
well, maybe.
It's a whole
It's
nother
green.
story for another time.
Slightly green. Got a hint of green. Oh, the 50 spins out trying to go into this pit stop, and the yellow is out. Oh, no.
Oh, Mark Gross, sideways on the front stretch. Caution is out. And that is music to the ears of the 91 and the 46. Everybody else, I don't know.
Well, yeah, and he just got loose. I thought he was going into the pits when I first stopped, but no, he just got loose off of 4.
Oh, we got one sliding into the wreck. Who was that just sliding into the wreck there?
I got to look to see. I haven't gotten that far yet. Is there another wreck besides the 50?
They slid into the wall when the 50 spun around. Robert Malikian, I believe. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's go back to look at our best one tire. I'm going to carry instant replay real quick. Well, we're not even on board with the right car here. Coming through 3 and 4, the 50's going to try to come to pit road here. Gets sideways through 3. Actually, I don't know if he was going to pit road or not. He gets sideways through 3 and 4, slides back up the track. And I believe I was right in front of our eventual leaders. That was right in front of Bob and those guys.
Yes, it was, yeah.
And here comes the 16 in after the fact. We'll see what happens here. I believe it's the 16, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I went back to go see what happened to Robert there, Malikian, and he was just kind of checking up for the wreck.
It's just slowing down, nosed into the wall.
Right. Yeah, the rear end just kind of snapped around. We've seen that happen too many times tonight.
He just, and actually, the 50 never hit the wall, so he'll not have any damage. Right. Well, we had pit stops.
Yeah, looks like a lot of guys came in there. Kermit, Simon, both are the beneficiaries of that caution for sure.
Yeah, and Kermit actually came down pit road, put tires on, and came out the leader. He was so far ahead and had so many lap cars between him and second place. He comes back out front with the lead. Nick Alford now in second, Bob Fitzpatrick in third.
And completely shook up everything. Now does Kermit have the, can he stay up there? Well, we see a lot of guys, too, trying to get their lap back. Man, it's going to be an interesting turn of event. I mean, we got Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., too, starting in third. This will be probably his worst start now of any restart. Is he going to be able to get through the field here, retake that lead?
Well, he's going to be in third, so he's not too far back. But then you have, after third, you have Simon Magin starting in fourth. You got Jamie Knopf in fifth, Michael Call, E.J. Luna, Jeff Chandler, Brian Master, and Kevin Ruff. Kevin all the way back to 10th.
I'll tell you, a lot of these guys were probably thankful that that caution did come out, though. Kind of did bring them back together. But we got a, 20-lap shootout, 22-lap shootout.
Yeah, it'll be 22 laps to go at the line. And we've seen these cars be a handful on these restarts. We'll see if they can hang on to it here for a couple laps, let those tire pressures come up and see what they can do. But Kermit Henney on the front row as the leader. Nick Alford second. Bob Fitzpatrick third. Madigan and Michael Call, your top five as they come down to see the green flag in the restart zone. Green flag is out. The leader launches and we are away.
Fortunately, we had so many guys lap down now. We got a pretty good single file line towards the back of this pack, but man, they just got to keep it clean and get these tires up to temp again.
Boy, Alfred pulls right down in front of the three of Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick right on his bumper as they head into turn three.
Well, I don't think they know what Kermit's got right now, and Kermit's got that outside line pretty good. He's able to kind of hold that momentum up there. Can he continue to lead this lap?
So far, so good through 3 and 4. Kermit goes way high. He knows that he is a sitting duck at this point as those guys go by him. 3 wide as they head into 1.
Man, Jamie Knopf just split the seas right now. Now he's on the outside line. 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, 3 wide for 5th as well back there. We got a car around. Got a big wreck. It's Kermit. The 91 around. Caution is out. That was bound to happen. Those guys were all over each other coming off turn 2. To caution once again. And look who our leader is. The 48, Jamie Knopf.
Looked like the 91 just tapped the wall a little bit. 31 was right on the inside of him and made a little contact.
Let's go back and see what happened. Our best one, Tired Auto Care instant replay coming off turn 2. Yeah, he was right against the wall. Very little space being given at that point, and it's kind of come together off the corner there.
Yeah, took out Michael Call too. 46 got a little taste of that.
Ooh, that was a big hit for. Was that Call that
hit
in the door there and kind of popped a wheelie?
Yeah, just curious to see. I know he's got some pretty good nose damage.
So what happened to the 12 was senior. It was like Fitzpatrick Sr. gets in there late. Oh, he dodges the 91, gets his tires in the grass. Oh, noses into the wall.
Man, same thing though too. Yeah, he gets in the grass. By the time he hits the brakes though, he's sliding all the way up the track.
Yeah, he just goes. Let's see what Michael calls. See what happened here. He gets hit in the door, and man, that's a hard hit. That's going to do a lot of damage. Innocent bystander, man. He was just getting through the wreck there.
Well, I'm just curious to see if anybody decides they want to come in for a little bit of tire now too.
Right on board with back up right on board with Jeff Chandler here as I come through the corner. So Jeff just gets a little tight, starts washing up the track. Just wasn't quite enough room there. Man, talking about going from the penthouse to the outhouse. Outside.
Yeah.
Talking about Kermit Henney there. Leading the race, gets the caution you need, starts on the front row, starts to drift back, and it all ends in a pile of scrap metal.
Yeah, but looking at who went in, E.J. Luna goes in, Jeff Chandler goes in, 89 of Michael Call goes in as well.
I think EJ probably had some. I think he's another. Did he get a part of that? I don't know.
He did. Yeah, he's in for damage for sure. I think Jeff Chandler as well for damage.
Of course, Michael Call is. So a lot of those guys just kind of getting damage repaired. Malikian's going to have damage from the previous caution because remember he checked up and it turned right into the wall.
Yep.
So we're going to restart here with 18 laps to go. No, 17 laps to go.
Yep.
Jamie Knopf, your leader. Bob Fitzpatrick starting on the front row. You got Alfred, Ruff, and King, your top 5. You have Dixon, William Owens up in the 7th right now in the 71. Simon Maggin still hanging in there in the top 10. Brian Messer, 9th. And Alex Murphy, another one of those Rumble Racing drivers, in 10th right now. Actually,
yeah, we got a new leader, though, too. So, new restarter.
Yep. Jamie Knopf, and we know he knows how to get it done here. I think he has a pretty good swim here in Chicagoland, so no surprise to see him strong.
Right, yeah.
He's going for the last to first challenge, even starting from pit road. We'll see if he can do it here. They come to the Geico restart zone. Getting ready for the green. Green flag is out, and we are racing once again here at Chicagoland.
And he caught Robert looking there. Yeah, got a great jump.
17 laps to go.
I'm looking at some of these familiar faces up in the top 5, too. We got Kevin Ruff up here as well, so and then Cameron King as well. I mean, we got a pretty good top 5 right now. This could be anybody's game. Here comes Robert.
Yep, Bob to the inside, looking for that lead once again on the bottom. 48 of Jamie Knopf going to hang tough on the outside through 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, the 48 has momentum. The 3 goes the short way around. Side by side is a hidden 1.
I don't see Jamie giving up that top line either. He's going to try and hang out there as long as possible to keep that run going.
Bob drives down into the corner, tries to get that grip. But the 48's going to have to run off the corner side by side as they head down the back.
Well, they better watch out because Kevin Ruff behind him, he's ready to pounce, and so is Nick Alford.
We've seen Ruff be really good at these mile-and-a-half tracks. We'll see if he can do anything. As the 48 of Knopf is going to clear Bob coming out off of turn 4. 16 laps to go.
Yeah, Jamie's able to stay on that outside, get the momentum going, and he's able to make it work. Now he's just got to keep driving forward and not look in the mirror. And catch Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. in that dirty air and, keep him back there.
Bob dropping back a little bit. Kevin Ruff right on his back bumper as they head into 3. Now Kevin got a challenge from the 98 of Nick Alford. They're going to sort that out coming off 4.
Man, I don't know how this is going to end at all, especially even like the 3rd, 4th, 5th spot. I mean, we've got a small blanket of cars right now.
Oh, changed. 48 to the bottom, 3 to the top in 1 and 2.
Yeah, he went low, though, to get that low line of the track. I don't think he's really under fire too much from Robert, but he's going to have to obviously kind of keep an eye on him, making sure that top lane isn't going to slowly start picking away his lead.
Yeah, Bob, actually, that caused him to check up a little bit coming off the corner. The 99 of Kevin Ruff got position on him but couldn't make that pass. I'd be surprised if he does that again because it cost him a little bit of time. Back to the bottom goes to 3.
Well, they're all trying to get the guy in front of them, but they all got somebody behind them trying to peck away at them as well. So they got their mirrors and ears full, I'm sure, with spotters and whatnot.
Offense or defense. Here comes Nick dive bomb into the corner under the 99 of Kevin Ruff.
Yeah, fortunately, though, he's going to have to. It looks like that outside line is going to have to be the way you make the pass around here to at least have a fighting chance. I think with everybody on the equal tires and as good as some of these guys are up front, you're going to have to pick them off on the outside.
Kevin taking that outside lane, trying to get a run there. Nick flashing down the backstretch.
Yeah, I've been definitely noticing that about Nick the last half of this race here.
Kevin pulls down to put that dirty air on the 98, and it works, but he gets a little tight off the corner. It's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah, but Kevin definitely, he's not going to get out of that outside lane for the rest of this race. He's going to stay up there as high as he needs to be. He's going to protect it.
You say that.
Here he goes low.
Yeah.
Well, if he gets under fire, he's going to stay on that outside line. You watch.
I think Nick Alford got the wall a little bit there off turn 2. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Here goes Cameron back to the outside. Trying to put a little distance on the 98 so he can focus on the 3, I believe, at this point. It's so hard, like you said, to play offense and defense at the same time. As they hit the line, 10 to go.
Yeah, because, I mean, they all know that they got decent cars, and they all know they got some speed. But they all know, too, they don't really have to save much. So they can really just put the pedal down and get it done. But it's tough to do. It's tough to concentrate on what's in front of you when you got somebody in your mirror as big as they are right now.
Chevy, Ford, Toyota, Ford, your top 5 right now. Knopf, Fitzpatrick, Ruff, Alford, and King all battling for position as they come to the line now. 9 laps to go.
And Jamie, this is the first time we've really seen him lead on equal tire strategy as it is, and he's got a great piece. He's got a 6/10 lead over second right now, and he is just motoring away.
He's kind of stretched it out over Bob, who's now going to have to deal with the 99 of Ruff once again. He runs that bottom lane. Ruff ran a little bit higher. He's going to get that run down the back into turn 3.
When we hear week in, week out that clean air is king, and that's obviously what's happening right now with Jamie.
Kevin trying to run that outside through 3 and 4. That's a tough line to run because there is a big bump down there in 3 and 4 on the outside. But if you can make it work, you can carry a lot of momentum as he's back to the top through 1 and 2.
Well, Robert did gain on him quite a bit. He's knocked that down about 2/10, so he's about 4/10 away from Jamie right now. But again, Robert's got a mirror full of Kevin, and Kevin's got a mirror full of Nick. And that's really it. The four of them kind of made a bit of a breakaway. I mean, you do have Cameron King back there, but he ain't close.
The 3 just hit the wall off the corner. That's going to do some damage to his run towards the front and his car. And now he's going to go to the top to kind of protect as Kevin starts putting pressure on the 3 of Fitzpatrick.
That's definitely something you don't want to see or have happen to you.
Yeah, he's about 4/10 back from Jamie Knopf right now. Now 5/10.
Yeah, he didn't lose too much during that, and obviously he still has a strong enough car to stay in front of Kevin after that. Very impressive with his run today, too, especially with the 15 laps down with tires and whatnot. Just very strong car tonight.
Drew Fitzpatrick goes to the top, Ruff to the bottom now as they kind of switch positions there. I think Bob's starting to see that outside lane through 1 and 2 is kind of working out. As now you see Nick Alford looking to the outside. Oh, he gets loose over the bump into the wall. Alford falling back now.
Yeah, he dropped 2-3 spots on that. Cameron King, Brian Dixon both get by him.
Just going to alleviate the pressure on the 99 from behind. Can he focus now and maybe try to do something with the 3 in front of him? While they're doing this, though, Jamie Knopf continues to kind of just inch away, just about a 10th now.
And Jamie's having a great night, especially starting from the pits. Working through the field, dodging all the wrecks. I mean, the team had a great car as well tonight. He was able to kind of keep it super clean and just showing his hand right now. The clean air is king, and he is just sailing away.
You want to keep it straight here, run conservative, stay out of the wall, and hope for no caution as there are 4 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
Well, this is the Jamie that we usually see. Last week, we don't know who was in the car, but this week he's running like we normally see Jamie run, and it's good to see it because, yeah, he is hauling.
Maybe a fire has been lit.
Yeah, I mean, slowly.
He was on fire. He is motivated tonight, and he's showing it right now as he's putting some great laps down. Bob's actually starting to drop back a little bit from Jamie. Jamie's starting to stretch it out a little bit. Kevin also losing a little space on Bob. 3 laps to go. Cameron King 4th, Brian Dixon 5th.
Well, I almost think, too, that, they weren't going to save for this round, but some of these guys maybe have burnt up their stuff a little bit too much. And I almost kind of feel like Robert, too, said, I'm done being on attack, and I've just got to go into full defense because if I sleep a lit's bit too much, Kevin's coming. And here comes Kevin now.
Kevin looking underneath the 3 of Fitzpatrick. Down the backstretch, cannot quite get to the side.
It's definitely going to be a race for second because Jamie right now, if he could just stay within the lines, he's got this one sewed up.
As they come to line, it's going to be the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Chicagoland.
Kevin's got 2 more corners to get this done. He's going to make a Hail Mary. I don't think it's going to happen though on that low line.
You got a heck of a battle for 10th as well. Kind of looking back here, Alan Duranco, EJ Luna side by side for the 10th spot.
Kevin's on his rear bumper going through 3 and 4.
Here he goes to the inside. Kevin looks to the inside, drifts up the track a little bit, starts to get a little sideways. Can he clear him? He can't. Jamie Knopf's going to win, but who's going to get second? It's going to be Kevin Ruff.
Wow. Damn. Hell of a move.
EJ Luna's going to hang on for 9th spot. Alex Murphy, 10th place. William Owens in 8th. We'll look at our finishers, but Jamie Knopf out there by himself is going to win the Chicagoland 250, after a rough night at Atlanta, comes back and claims the victory here at Chicagoland. It's got to feel good to rebound like that. And your points leader is going to extend his points lead even more.
Yeah, nobody wanted to see him win again, too. I mean, he already had a commanding lead, and, yeah, he just made that lead grow as well. And, man, what a great race at the finish, though.
That was a great finish for sure. Great finish for second. And Jamie Knopf looking at his mirror saying, you guys go at it. That's fine with me. Kevin Ruff picks up second on Bob Fitzpatrick in the last lap, last corner move. Very entertaining. Entertaining race altogether. Was a very competitive, entertaining race here at Chicagoland Speedway. One of the reasons why we love this track. It puts on some great shows for sure. So Jamie Knopf continues to celebrate. Let's look at our results tonight for the Chicagoland 250. Your winner, the 48 Chevrolet. That is Jamie Knopf taking home the win. Second place is going to be the 99 of Kevin Ruff. Finishing third in the 3-car. It's where he started. But he led a lot of laps tonight. It's going to be disappointed with third, but a good solid third place finish for Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. You got Cameron King coming home. A solid fourth place finish, was up there all night. Nick Alford, after that contact with the wall late, is going to fall to fifth. Sixth place is the 03. That is Brian Dixon. Seventh is going to be Brian Messer in the 51. Good run for him as well. The 71 of William Owens had a good solid run all night. Finishes eighth. Ninth is going to be the EJ Luna machine, the number 81 Chevrolet. And finishes in the top 10 is the 35. That is Alex Murphy.
All right, finishing 11, Alan Duranco. Finishing 12th, Simon Magnan. 13th, Mason Hoffner. 14th, Robert Malikian. 15th, Michael Call. 16th, James Torrey. 17th, Ray Gill. 18th, Alexander Hodge. 19th, Kermit Henn. 20th, William Lark. Martin Groh, 21st. Ben Tracy, 22nd. Wayne Grassi, 23rd. Lane Allen, 24th. Jeff Chandler, 25th. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., 26th. Daniel Simmons, 27th. Kyle Milliken, Michael Blackner, J.C. Evans, A.J. Zapata, Travis Gilbert, and Ray Lane finish out your 33-car field. And, man, I'll tell you, these guys don't need setup shops. They put on a great race without them, and, they did a hell of a job tonight. It was a fun race to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. The guys put the time in, and they made it work, made it happen tonight. And, again, great racing. The track was tricky, but everybody did a really good job out there for what they were given, and we saw a great finish because of it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to our top three finishers and get their takes on what we feel is an entertaining race here at Chicagoland Speedway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
The best team.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Chicagoland Speedway, finishing up the Chicagoland 250 for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Full Throttle Television. What an exciting event, exciting race, and I'm excited to talk to the top three finishers to see what their take is on tonight's crazy, eventful race here tonight. We're going to start with our third place finisher, which is Mr. Bob Fitzpatrick. Let's pull him up here. Bob, congratulations, man. Third place finish, a strong car you had all night. You dominated the first part of this race, had a really strong car. It looked like nobody was going to be able to touch you. Then you got that late caution, man. Kind of threw things into a spin cycle.
Yeah. I don't know. My mic might be messed up. I don't know. So sorry if my mic has been jacking up. But yeah, I had a rocket out there. But clean air is everything. That's why I kind of, on the second to last restart, I was pushing Nick a little too hard there. He let me know that it was getting him real loose, but I was just trying to get him clear. Both of us clear that, I think 91 maybe was in the lead there. But yeah, I just tried to push him, and we needed to get that clean air. It was like, as you seen at the end there, you can't even get to the guy. But yeah, the setup was gone. I was gone in the beginning. I was really hoping it would have stayed there.
I've heard before that clean air is definitely king, that's for sure. And we did see that tonight, man. He got out front, it seemed like whoever was able to get out front was able to kind of control the pace there. But I will say, like I said, we saw a lot of interesting, like a lot of close racing, especially early on in the field. We saw a lot of racing back in the pack as well. You guys up front with the clean air, it was pretty obvious that clean air was important, but man, just talk about the racing out there. It was close. It was a little chaotic at times, and I'm sure you would have loved to seen it go green there, but there at the end, had a few cautions, kind of mixed things up.
Yeah, Kevin got me last second. The old teammate couldn't let me finish second. But no, the close racing is good. But I mean, Chicagoland, it shouldn't be really an issue, you know. I mean, there's a few lanes to run. You get just a little side draft here and there, and it should be good. But I had a blast out here.
Yeah, it seemed like
hoping I could have got a better finish there.
It seemed like, again, we were talking about how much fun we had kind of watching the race out there, because there were options. There were lanes you could run, the top, the bottom. I saw you kind of mixing it up, the bottom to the top, trying to figure out where to run. And honestly, just some of that's based on where the car behind you is running too. You kind of want to run in the preferred lane. So it was a lot of fun. And again, the finish there with you and Kevin was a lot of fun to watch. Man, he got you right there at the line, but into three, man, he had to throw it in there on you, didn't he?
Yeah, I kept telling him, you ain't gonna get me. He said, I'm getting you. But yeah, it's just that clean air, but it's crazy to even feel. Like, you can literally feel it, like that you're going just that much faster than the car behind you. Yeah. They're stuck too. Like, I couldn't get to Jamie at all. I was stuck. Even if I had a run on the high line or something, nothing mattered at all. It's like a bubble.
Well, I got to tell you, I picked you for tonight. I thought you had and you had the car to beat there till you kind of lost control of the front of the car. I definitely had you picked it, and I only say that because it's been a little bit of a curse picking guys lately. So I'm glad you kind of come home at least with a decent finish. But again, luck you had a good car out there. But the third place finish, hey, is a good points night. It's a good solid finish. If you had fun, you can at least leave with that. So anyway, I'm going to let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs though, and let you do your thing there.
Yep. It was a good race, great racing, good guys in here, good competition. Sucks for our teammate Hodge there. He had a quick one. He had a little mess up and got a little loose, but overall good team day for us. And then thanks to you guys putting this on, have a blast, and shout out to the wife letting me do this on the Monday nights,
Absolutely. Got to thank the better half. So, man, again, congratulations. Thanks for putting on a great show for us. Just come up a little bit short, but a good solid top three finish, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, you'll see me, but you won't be talking to me, that's for sure.
Oh, we'll see about that. We'll see you next week.
I don't go right.
All right, there's your third place finish of the night. The three of Bob Fitzpatrick, who claims He's not got anything for next week. Got it all done this week. We'll see what happens. We'll see about that. But I believe you're standing by with second place finisher, the 99er, Kevin Ruff.
Man, Kevin, it was about a lap to go, and I go, Kevin's going to have to throw a Hail Mary to get by Robert. And not only did you throw the perfect pass, but you caught it as well. Hell of a race, man. You had a crazy up and down night, led a bunch of laps, and still walked away with a second at the end of the day. How was your night tonight?
Well, first off, I barely made the race. I had a prior commitment with Best One for a monster truck show that we sponsored, so I had to go attend that. And I knew I was cutting it close. I made it into the race with 30 seconds to spare. So got in here, was not feeling very comfortable during qualifying. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do. And we started running, and the car felt really good if you didn't abuse it for the first 10 to 12 laps. It felt really good long run speed wise. But the way they got these updates on these cars, when you get behind somebody, that dirty air just affects you really bad. So I knew that it was going to be big about track position. And so we got through that first stage, and then that caution came out kind of early in the final stage, and I told Junior, I said, I'm going to pit. And he said, well, I'm staying out. So I'm going to pit. I said, we just need to change it up a little bit. So I pitted, and man, that car shot off like a rocket. And when I was out in clean air, that was the best that car rotated the whole night. It rotated really, really well. And then I had a pit road scare, almost looped her. I don't know how I saved it. Got it out. I knew I lost some track position. And then I was just driving it normal at the very end, and I come in the middle of 1 and 2, and a car hopped just a tad bit, and I was completely sideways, and I don't know how I saved that either. So to come back with the second place finish is huge for me. That's a lot of momentum going in. I'm sitting pretty good in the point standings right now. It's a good team night for RFH Racing with me and Junior. And just wish we would have had that win. Jamie had a good car at the very end, and that bubble, man, when you get out there in that clean air, it's really hard to get past that.
Well, yeah, we always hear about that clean air and how that clean air does affect the car, and yeah, I'm just kind of surprised though. So, did you actually practice the oval at all though, before coming into tonight? I mean, I know you were late getting in the server tonight, but how much practice did you do prior to this?
No, I've been focused on the Chicago street course because the Wednesday night series I run in, we're running the road course, so I've been focused on that. I felt pretty comfortable with Chicagoland. I've always felt comfortable with Chicagoland. Chicagoland's one of my top 3 tracks that I normally run at. So I knew coming in, I felt pretty comfortable. But it took me about 15 laps in the beginning of the race to understand the car a little bit, because I mean they took his car and just turned it completely upside down. But I'm starting to get more comfortable with it. But I love Chicagoland. Like, I hope in real life they come back next year. I hope Carson Hocevar was right and that they're racing here next year, because I love this track.
And I just want to pop in real quick and tell you, Kevin, that we actually did catch both of your highlights on the broadcast, so it's out there for you to see if you want to go back and watch it.
I definitely got to watch it. It surprised me because they heard me on the comms, and I said some words, and it was not pretty words. And then they were like, "Well, did you wreck it?" And I was like, No, I actually didn't. I'm good. They was like, oh my God. And then Jamie and me, we were just talking in the waiting room, and Jamie, he's like, I don't know how you saved that going to pit road.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how I saved it.
I don't either. That's what we were talking about. You were so sideways for so long coming to pit road. I was like, well, at least he doesn't need the tires. It doesn't really matter. You just lock it down and do what you can to control the car. But that was a heck of a slide.
Yeah. There. I just massaged the brakes. Like the way these brakes are now, used to be able to just kind of pump them a little bit. Well, now you kind of got to massage them in and out. Like it's a slower kind of pump, because you could pump them real fast on the old car, and you could catch yourself pretty easily. You could also just let out the throttle and everything, and usually it would straighten itself up. But man, it's just changed completely.
Well, we did. Yeah, Birdie's right. We did catch it all, and we were noticing a lot of the cars too under braking. They were getting a little rear happy, but maybe that's the key. A little pump and brake kind of an action deal. You got to massage it, right?
That's right. Been going to the chiropractor lately, so I learned some things.
Well, again, congratulations on second place. The floor is yours. I'm sure you have a Best One tire sponsorship with a monster truck race that you're going to be saying, but that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I mean, shout out always to Best One Tire. I love that company. I'm doing a staycation this week, but I still help them even when I take a week off. I love that company. Love what their values are. Good company to work with. Shout out to my team, RFH Racing. Really happy about how the night went for me and Junior. I wish Hodge didn't have some bad luck, and Senior's getting there. He's definitely building up some momentum. Shout out to Richie Coy. I wish he was in this race tonight. I miss you, brother. I wanted to be your villain for this race. Joking as I say that, but he told me a couple of races ago, he said, I'm gonna make you my villain. I was like, you're so nice. So, but shout out to you guys. Love you guys being in the booth. Appreciate Victory Fuel being a sponsor of the series. Their products are really freaking good. When Richie sent me that little test kit, I was very, very impressed. It was really good flavor. So, and yeah, I hate you guys ain't going to be able to broadcast next week, but it's still going to be a good race. This is a good league to run in. I'm proud to be in it. Let's move on with the momentum.
Well, sounds good. Well, there's your second place finisher, and I wouldn't worry about Richie and that rival stuff. I mean, he does it to me all the time. It's nothing. So, but yeah, congrats again, and I think we got Brody with our number one Jamie Knopf from the pit road.
Yep, standing by here in Victory Lane with Jamie Knopf. Jamie, I'm not sure you expected to be standing here tonight. Maybe you did, but not only did you do a last to first challenge, you did a pit road to first challenge, man. Congratulations tonight on the win.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was an awesome run. This track's awesome in real life and on the sim. So it puts on some great racing. It gives you multiple lanes to be able to pass. And so, yeah, I had to start from the pits. And when I come out of the pits on the track, I still wasn't even last. So, I mean, I had a pretty good pit exit. I practiced that. That's the first time I've ever practiced that in my life. But so I was practicing that some earlier today, and running some laps, and the car was really good. It seemed a little snug, but I didn't want it to be loose going over those bumps, so I just managed it. And then right there at the end, we didn't have a long run to go to the end, so I freed her up just a little bit, and it was just enough to get the lead and hold them off.
Yeah, you, the 06 and 33, seemed like you guys all had really good speed, especially your car. It seemed like you come through the field a little bit better than some of the other cars were able to make those passes, and it may be because your car was a little more stable. But yeah, you definitely were able to make up spots because you had to pass every single car tonight. So man, just talk about your night. You know, we saw at the beginning there, the 3 was really strong out front. Bob Fitzpatrick, he had a well of a car out front. But you kind of just nipped a little bit here and there, and were able to take advantage of that late caution. Just talk about your run there.
Yeah, as I came through there, I'd keep an eye on like his lap times, and I would match his lap time, or thought I was a little better at certain points, but I didn't know, if he was saving some because he had a lead and was out front, and you don't want to hit the bumps and wreck leading the race, overdriving it when you got a good lead. So I wasn't sure, but on that long run we had to the end of the stage, I was really good long run compared to everybody in front of me. And so yeah, the CFM performance setup, they had a rocket for me tonight.
Yeah, you guys you actually were really, really quick there tonight. Was able to take home the win, man. Congratulations again. I'm going to pass it to Tony, though. I'm sure Tony's got some stuff to add.
Well, yeah, I mean, congratulations again for tonight. I mean, a hell of a run tonight, hell of a drive, especially starting from the pits. And we all know why. Well, Brody and I know why you started from pits. So I guess my question is, who the hell was driving the car last week? Because, I mean, it couldn't have been you. Because, I mean, you did a much better job this week.
Yeah, it just seemed I was in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and nothing worked out last week. What the problem is I finished third in the stage, and then when we come around there to pit, the leader checked up for the pace car. Well, everybody was trying to catch up because they were going so fast on pit road entry. And then so I hit the guy in front of me and knocked him over the line, and then I had to use the bathroom, and I knew I couldn't last the whole rest of the race. So I went and used the bathroom and come back and had to start in the rear. And then I was trying to work my way back up there, and it's just a 1-lane groove track on the bottom, and I was trying to make the top work, and I lost it and wrecked myself and a couple other people. And then it just went downhill from there. So I want to forget about last week, move forward.
Well, sorry to bring it up. Yeah, I mean, because this week you did a hell of a job. It's good to see the old Jamie back in form, and man, you extended out that points lead again for another week. So I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about next week?
I'm not sure about Sonoma, but I'm not that road course ace, but I'm sure CFM have us a good setup for there, and so I hope it'll work out.
Well, I mean, you come in there with a nice, healthy points lead, and I guess that's one reason why you build up a lead there. You can kind of just take what it'll give you out there and move on. So at least you're padding your points lead tonight, going into a track that you're not too sure of. But again, man, congratulations! What a solid performance there tonight. You showed up when it mattered, got that late race restart, got the lead when it mattered, and take home the victory again. Another victory for this season. There's not much of a better way to end it than with the checkered flag. So congratulations. I'm going to hand it to you there, let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
All right. Yeah, I hate it for Jeff Chandler, also my new teammate. So, but like thank Chris Ferguson Motorsports Performance for the setup, Pink Magic Tire Prep, you guys for the broadcast and putting the league on to give us a place to race with a bunch of great racers and all the competitors. It's awesome to share the track with them every weekend or every week Monday. And I think that's about it. And we miss Richie. I heard he's in a different country, so he must have went to the wrong track.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to let him come back or not. So we'll see about that. But anyway, man, congratulations. Good win tonight. We'll see you next week in Sonoma.
All right, thank you.
There's your winner tonight, the 48, Jamie Knopf, getting it done with the he said a teammate, Jeff Chandler. We're going to have to check that one out too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. We were learning all kinds of stuff tonight.
Yeah, we are, for sure. Well, what we learned tonight, that Chicagoland still puts on a great show. What an interesting race we had tonight. really competitive. The drivers moving around all over the tracks. A lot of great green flag racing action here tonight. And I guess, Tony, final thoughts about tonight at Chicagoland.
You don't need right turns and big buildings to make the race interesting. Come back to Chicagoland. You can see all the guys. They love it out here. It did put on a great race. A lot of surprises. I don't know, man. Hats off to these guys. They did a great job, and hopefully everybody watching had a good time watching as well.
Well, I'm sure NASCAR's watching it, and they're going to take our word for it and come back to Chicagoland. So
they should play back this race and see what they're missing. They'll come back to the oval.
Well, we had a great time tonight broadcasting for sure. Remember, in 1 week, we'll be in Sonoma Valley, Sonoma Raceway, for some left and right turns. Actually, we won't be. We won't be there, but you will be there, Tony. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to broadcast that race as I will not be in town. I'll be doing the Richie Experience. Actually, I won't be out of the country, so no risk for me to be apprehended outside the country. But anyway, good luck tonight. Good luck next week at Sonoma Raceway. Look forward to that, and we'll see how that turns out. But we will be back in 2 weeks for the return of the Victory Fuel Cup Series here on Monday nights at 9 p.m. You can catch all the action. And 2 days from today, on Wednesday, the trucks will be in action. They'll be in Daytona. That should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to covering that. The Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series will be in action Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. They'll be in Daytona on Wednesday. So make sure to check that out here. Well, that's going to about do it for us here at Chicagoland Speedway. Another exciting race for the Victory Fuel Cup Series in the books as we head to Sonoma. So for Tony Solari and everybody at Full Throttle TV, my name is Brady Hanna. Thanks for checking us out. Hope you had fun as much as we did, and we'll see you in 2 days at Daytona.